Hello and welcome, one and all, to Be Diced and Tales of Vardin on another Thursday night. Yeah, let's get started real quick and roll right into the action here with our dear friend Daddy Tazan.
What did I do? Wait, what happened? Oh, hi.
Get your shit together, man.
Hi, it's me, Daddy Tarzan, playing William the Great, a asshole captain of the Pale Lady, recently resurrected by accelerated means by his patron, Pirate Lord Captain or Commander. Sorry, I've been drinking today. Pirate Lord Calibrand. Holding a trial to prove something. I don't know. Something. But he's definitely pissed off that he came back to his entire fucking crew taken over by somebody that has just recently surfaced and is not, there's conflicting feelings right now, and I can't wait to explore them. That being said, on to you, Xavier.
Sorry about that. Hello, everybody. This is Lee Newcomb, please, playing your most favorite, but also probably confusing you, Warlock Paladin Cleric named Xavier, also known as your favorite Millie. Troublemaker by trade, but also a kind heart. Fun Millie. Word for the week is: you climb in the saddle, be ready for the ride. Passing it on to you, Emrys.
Yeah.
Yes, hello, my name is Simite.
I play Emrys, Rogue Sorcerer. I was captain for a minute. I hated every second of it, but I did it to save the crew, and William gonna learn today.
Yeah, buddy. This is gonna be great. I'm excited.
Our lovely ladies down at the bottom, whoever would like to go first.
Xenia?
Hi guys, I'm Dia, also known as Diavel Darkos, and I play Xenia, who is our resident Beastmaster Ranger and expert scout. Apologies in advance, guys. I think I've got like acute bronchitis at the moment, so you might see me just like have a coughing fit. But we're here, and we're excited to play. He is the glue that holds this group together, and the only one with a lick of common sense, I think.
Yeah, probably.
Pretty close to it.
I guess that leaves me. Hello, my name is Taylor, also known as Nerdy Pinup Girl. Most social media accounts, mainly active on TikTok and Instagram. If you like D&D, cosplay, special effects, makeup, smashable monsters, you should totally give me a follow. But today I'm playing the 7-foot-tall half-orc green muscle mommy, Grendel Fialova, who is just trying her best right now and watching her friends set themselves on fire, come back to life. There's a lot.
It's a great time. It's a great time for everyone.
It'll buff out. It'll always buff out, right?
It will buff out.
It always does.
It always does. So last session, our party had a lot going on. As they made their way through the Midland Oceans, pursuing the Crimson Tide, finding wreckage of a sovereign Navy vessel, rescuing a lone survivor from that wreckage, and making their way, progressing towards Hangman's Cove, finding the vessel to have unloaded a new set of cargo, and then departing from there. The crew engaged with some sirens, led by a matron Melusina siren. After defeating that, and during this whole thing, for anybody who missed it, go back and watch it. It was awesome because mid-combat, our dear friend William and Emrys could not help themselves but take their turns screaming at each other instead of doing stuff in combat. It was beautiful. I loved it. Loved every second of it. Anyway.
A lot of emotions were felt that day.
a lot of emotions. Once stock was taken of the losses of the Pale Lady and where they stood, and the importance of pursuing the Crimson Tide versus cutting and running, the party is still in deliberation, as the rest is to be diced. The sun slowly sets on the horizon as gulls call out. The orange and yellow sky turns to a deep cerulean blue, dotted with bright flickering stars. As the sound of waves gets closer and closer in front of the camera, crashing on the waves, the Pale Lady sails northwest towards the island of Isla Dorado, pursuing the Crimson Tide. Aboard, our dear friends are still in deliberation about what to do, what the true plan is going forward. William Emerus, is this conversation between you two, or is everyone here for this? What are the next steps moving forward? William has put forth a trial. What is the response to that?
I would say it has to be between everyone on the crew, yeah? Open on the deck?
William is very much in this moment is very reactive. Coming back to such a sharp change in the environment, much to his detriment, this is more of a reactive situation for him as opposed to a more calculated situation. I mean, coming back from death is not an easy experience to begin with, but coming back to his plans being subverted by members of his crew, by withholding information from everybody, somebody taking over the crew by means of using external forces. He's now on the defensive at this point, mentally. He only has two people that he knows he can trust right now, and he needs to protect them. And he now is feeling very defensive against two members that he knows of, because they both have displayed either behavior of insubordination or acts of mutiny. So yes, this whole conversation has been held out in the open this whole time. He proclaimed that a trial needs to be held openly amongst his crew. Whether or not there should be a pre-trial beforehand is up to the defendant in this case. If you would like to have a pre-trial beforehand or whatnot, but a trial nonetheless will be held.
I will let you set the tone for this, and then I will react.
I will reach over to Emrys and give him 10 points of healing.
Thank you.
There, buddy.
So you've chosen your side, have you? Above table, I'm worried because William is suffering a huge penalty right now, being 2 levels of exhausted right now. But in character-wise, William's very much isolated in his what is most commonly referred to as his own mind palace right now. He's hearing your words, but they're kind of falling on deaf ears in the moment, as he's kind of circulating over every experience that he's had with you so far. What?
he will he says, let's just set the tone. But then he comes back with, I will say this. If you do decide to go forward with this, whatever this is, it will not go the way you think. So I would ask you, please, reconsider this.
Emerson, are you aware of my history
Only
previous
what
to
you've
the
told me.
Scarlet Brotherhood?
Only what you've told me.
I bring this up because I am predisposed to exacting justice as I see fit.
I know I've seen your brand of justice before, with the sucking of souls out of the crew.
I've made promises to this crew that I would endeavor to do better.
And you
I
should.
understand your appeal, but your fate is no longer up for me to decide. You need to appeal to the crew.
Then I shall. Crew of the Pale Lady. I have betrayed you, but I've done it for your benefit. Now, whether you believe that is true or not, that is up to you. However, I will not be going through any normal trial today, as I will invoke my right to trial by combat. Yeah, y'all thought it was a joke in Discord. It ain't no fucking joke. I don't joke around.
I like this. My
Now, the
Scarlet
obvious
Brotherhood.
candidate for my opponent would be our captain, as he has set this against me. However, I do realize that you are in a weakened state, and I would not want to take advantage or be seen as one who is unhonorable. And so, I will limit myself during this combat to one cantrip and one spell.
And what do you hope to achieve with this this outcome?
I'm hoping to once again teach you a lesson. When I feel you sorely need. I will admit, I have my faults. I have never fired lightning into seawater before. I had no idea it would be so destructive. That is my fault. I've never fought upon the seas before. And the loss of those crew, it weighs on me. It does. However, there would not have been any crew for me to have accidentally killed if I had not done what I'd done in port. So I leave it to you, the crew. Shall we have trial by combat?
Millie raises his hand and asks, do I get a say in this by chance?
Yup.
Very
Technically
well.
part of the crew, Millie? I would say you do.
Being that Millie is also a defendant in his situation of insubordination, I would say he's probably in the same boat as you, Emrys.
Then perhaps it should be both of us, and you should pick a champion to fight along your side.
Now, hold on a second. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. My trial is a little bit different, to say the least, as well, due to, well, William, you and I both know that what the crew says hopefully matters, but you know the true answer to my trial. And it all starts behind a couple of pages.
Oh, that's right. He still has your thing. Foul play,
As one
mate.
who is part of the crew, I do not think that a trial by combat at this stage to injure an already injured crew would be beneficial.
Right,
I
and
agree-
I
I
would
agree
prefer
with-
not to do it myself. However, the captain has left me no choice.
I agree with Xenia. I kind of think all of this is a little silly, if I'm being
Could
honest.
we maybe postpone until we make port and we do a rescue?
I'm not part of this crew. But I do owe it my life. I am unsure of what is happening at this time. But
I agree with.
go ahead.
Oh no, I'm just agreeing with all the pretty faces that combat by trial is probably a little bit hasty, especially with us just getting out of a little bit of a pickle.
I do not see any pickles here.
Nonetheless,
Don't do it, Millie. Don't do it.
nonetheless, the only person that can revoke a establishing combat by trial by combat is the one that initiated the trial by combat. If he wishes to appeal in another format, it is up to his discretion. If he chooses that this will be his final form of judgment, then so be it. I will accept this trial.
One of the naval officers, with their hand on the hilt of their katana, having it primed and pushed out about an inch or so, ready to draw at a moment's notice. Captain Emrys, might I suggest prudence in this manner?
Yep.
As
Oh, you're
all of
still
this...
talking to me. No.
Yes.
Not
You
captain.
were put in
Never wanted
charge
to
of
be
this
captain.
vessel. And as such, all of your happenings aboard this vessel will be in my report.
Oh, mate, you're vastly misinformed. I
Tell
don't
me,
give a shit.
Yeah,
So
Emrys
I'm to
has a,
understand that you are using Port Kurashi's resources for ill purposes.
We can leave you on a rowboat and
the standing question is, officer, your commanding officers are using your resources ill-informed. Tell me, officer, of all the people that you were told... Actually, the more pressing question is, why of everything that's been going on in your city, why were we deemed pirates? When your city is known to be dealing with Crimson Tide, that is known to be associated with Scarlet Brotherhood.
That is actually a very good question to which I would also like the answer.
Why am I deemed a pirate? Why is the crew of the Pale Lady deemed pirates? When you, yourselves, have been dealing with pirates this whole time.
We were informed that the Pale Lady is under the command of Scarlet Brotherhood.
Yes. I have been formerly associated with the Scarlet Brotherhood. I have since parted ways and have endeavored to embark on new beginnings, as it were.
And
I
I
hired
will,
this crew.
If
I
this is
will
indeed all a
remind the
misunderstanding, go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
will remind the Marine that not all who served the Scarlet Brotherhood in the past are beholden to them forever. It is possible, as you know, to subdue the Mark's power.
At that point, you hear a click of the katana sliding back into the scabbard. If this is indeed all a misunderstanding, he looks over to William. Captain. Then I suggest we return immediately to Port Karashi.
That's not something we can do, mate.
We're sort of on a timetable and a rescue mission. So as soon as that is done, we will discuss it.
Emrys, if you don't mind, I have a very important question for this individual that stands before us.
Please.
Officer, can you confirm the destruction of the warehouse that we sailed upon earlier this week? Was the contents of that warehouse destroyed?
I had not gotten a hold of those reports yet, but from what I understand of the people that had eyes on the situation, there was little left but beams and ash.
Are you aware of what this crew has been up to this whole time? Have you been briefed?
I got on this ship this morning.
They don't know much of us.
That's fine. You're going to learn today.
We were told to go to Hangman's Cove. We are 20 miles from that.
That's still our intended destination. Oh no, we're heading to a new location, which is supposedly the next intended target's location.
Clear, the instructions the commissioner gave to me were to follow and assail the pirate ship that just left port. That is what we are doing.
Right.
As long as that is the
Crimson Tide.
continuation of this vessel, then I have nothing to say, but then let's get on with it. Whatever squabbles you have, put them aside for now and pick them up at a later time. Or do it in the next 5 seconds and be done with it.
That's what I'm proposing.
I need to know the motivations of the men that serve under me. That's my concern.
I find it very concerning that you're trying to learn the motivations of men through combat, because I don't think people can explain themselves very well if they're dead on the ground. That's just how I see it.
Grendel, we're men.
Grendel, you can learn about a man.
I think what the men are doing are very stupid, if I'm going to be honest.
That
Why
is
can't you
fair.
just talk about your feelings like normal people?
No, we don't.
Grendel, William kind of gives you a very pointed smile. You can learn a lot about a man's convictions through combat.
Exactly.
What he believes in, how steadfast he believes in the cause he's fighting for.
Well, I thought
Combat.
combat was only preserved for people who do something horrible or bad to you. He just tried to save us. I feel like it's just too much, and I feel like we're mostly going to suffer because of it, if I'm just going to be honest.
Well,
No
I
one
think
knows.
we're past the point of trial by combat at this point in time. I'm also appealing to the Navy that is aboard this vessel at this time.
Grendel just turns to Xenia and she goes, "This is why they start wars all the time, I swear." And considering that she doesn't quite understand the politics of it, she's just going to make sure they don't kill each other. That's just the best that she can do.
I mean, if you're watching William, at the mention of trial by combat, William was very much reserved in that moment. He did not want to fight Emrys. That was never his intention.
Not to fight me over open water either there, but
Right. I mean, the motherfucker just electrocuted half the goddamn crew. But no. He's more so concerned about winning over the crew in its entirety, having full support as opposed to having a splintered organization under his command. That's the biggest issue. He wants to make sure that the Navy that's on board this ship believes in the same cause that the rest of us are following.
Do you ask them?
That's what I'm about to get to. I just want to make sure that everybody else was going in that same direction.
Okay.
After Emrys's interjection, William steps in close to this officer. Some of us have been... Go ahead, Xavier.
I'm sorry. Millie would like to propose an offer for his trial while William is taking a step towards the Marine.
Full disclosure, William's trying to distract from any trial at this point in time. This was more so to draw the full attention of the crew for William. So the trial was meant to get everybody's attention. That was the main motivation behind this declaration of trial, because it is a significant moment in a ship's crew. If a trial is declared, everybody's attention is drawn to this. That being said, he's now drawn the focus away from Emrys and is more so focusing the attention on the crew of the Navy. That's part of the Pale Lady at this point. I believe we have 10 Navy members remaining after that combat.
5.
5. Okay.
Yeah.
So
the total number brought on to supplement what had been lost was 10. And
right.
You guys lost half of those.
Yeah. So granted, whether or not we lose or retain 5 members is inconsequential, but having these people on our side can only be beneficial in the long term. So William turns to this officer that he's been that this inquisition's been directed towards so far. I started out this mission as a lowly hand for hire, a pirate of the Scarlet Brotherhood. I broke away from that brotherhood as a means of finding a new sense of purpose. Granted, I was more so hoping just for a death by that point. A glorious death of some kind, or a death by bottle. That's when I happened across Xenia and Grendel. They gave me a new sense of purpose. I found that the world that we are enveloped by is besieged by abyssal nightmares that you can't even fathom. Monstrosities that would see to it that our world is enveloped. That your loved ones, plagued by poisoned elixirs, poisoned drugs, like the black dust that plagues your city, all being facilitated by the people that we sought to for protection. The Sovereign, the Magisterium. Whoever runs Port Kurashi is complicit in what plagues your family at home. We started this movement as a means to undo the treachery of the people that we once looked to for protection.
And under whose banner and authority do you do this?
The banner of our gods. I don't do this for myself. I don't do this for glory. I do this to create a new world where our loved ones can live and prosper.
This is an
I've
authority
already-
no man has seen, but it's something we must follow and have for a very long time.
I'm giving up my soul to a pirate lord just for a hope that I can undo what is being done in this realm. Grendel is fighting for a love that's been claimed by the Abyss. Xenia, I don't know his motivations, but he can talk to creatures beyond our realm and appeal to them. He's done things that I have never seen done before. I can't speak on the motivations beyond, of Millie and Emrys, as I've just discovered them recently. I will admit, I am on the fence about their motivations, and I still suspect them of treachery, but so far their goals seem to be aligned with ours. So far. I want to protect your loved ones. I want to protect everybody's loved ones. That's why I do what I do. I am not acting under the banner of the Scarlet Brotherhood. That's why I pursue Crimson Tide. I need you to see this. I need you to understand that we work for the same cause.
As long as your cause is going after the Crimson Tide, which was the mission given to you by the Commissioner of Port Karashi, the intention of this vessel and the supplying of the resources of Port Karashi, that was the intention. As long as you don't stray from that and you turn after this is done, your intentions after that are none of my concern.
I will say, Captain, Commissioner, she's a wonderful woman. Honestly, someone that I think we can trust. But as you currently can't trust me, take it with a grain of salt.
Your advice will be considered. Who do your orders come from, officer?
Commander Kenji.
Captain. He has a thing. A mark. Same as you.
There's a moment of recollection that washes across William's face for a moment, but it quickly dissipates. Very well. Our mission remains the same. The wounded need to be tended to. We need to be at combat-ready status as soon as possible. Bring the wounded down to the doctor's quarters. My understanding was we were at half operational capacity, but it seems that Emrys was able to hire more men back in Karashi before we departed, so we're in better standing than I thought. Thank you, Emrys.
So no trial by combat? Oh. I really wanted to see how it would go.
Not yet. Maybe later.
All right.
See, this is what happens when we talk about their feelings. Telling them this the whole entire time, but nobody
Why
listens.
do we have to?
Why do you guys always want to shoot first, ask questions later? It's so silly.
I was actually
That being
probably
said-
hoping for no shooting.
Millie, give me my fucking shit back.
Again, the deal is Xenia will let me know when to give you your shit back.
Well, considering he did speak very peacefully about what he felt and what his intentions were, I reckon now is as good a time as any. Before he
Excellent.
starts holes in his own ship.
Mind you, if I wanted to shoot you, I would have just pulled the haunted shot out of my chest and shot you in the face, mate.
Yeah, that's
You gotta
creepy,
give-
Captain. We have to talk about pulling things out of one's chest. Can we?
That's fair, William,
So-
but just know between you and me, I got a good luck up my sleeve to say that you'll miss my first shot. And then Millie pulls out his belongings he'll pull out all the belongings except the notebook and state that I'd like to speak with you privately in regards to, I guess, your trial. However, I would like to, since we have everybody here, hold at least a ceremony for those that have passed away, unless the captain chooses not to hold a ceremony for them.
There was a very much disgruntled look on his face when you first tell him that you're holding out his notebook. Very much disgruntled look. But when you mention a ceremony for the passing of the sailors that we've lost so far, it definitely dissipates instantly.
Yeah.
Very well. It's what the men deserve.
And then,
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, Millie will then smile, hand him his things, lean in, and state that when it's just the two of us, I'd like to personally, behind closed doors, give this other item back to you. And then
See me up. See me after the ceremony is concluded.
For anyone that didn't see in the chat, go ahead and make me a perception check. That would be William, Xenia, and Grendel, I believe, that I'm missing.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Ruh-roh.
So -4 plus perception is 5, so +1, 14 for William.
That's a
This
I
is
really need to
when
get rid.
Disadvantage on everything. Exhaustion.
Well, yeah, no. Are we using the 2024 rules? Because that says -4. Otherwise, if we're using 2014 rules, then yes, disadvantage.
I thought we were still using 2014.
Yeah, 2014 rules.
I have one level
Okay.
of exhaustion. Would that also be with
That's skill checks only. Yeah.
Skill checks only. Yeah.
okay, so disadvantage on my roll?
Yeah.
I already got a 5, so
31.
12.
Now that was a 2, so 2 minus 2 for a 0.
So,
Not too bad.
Grendel's trying to make
Millie,
sure we don't kill each other.
while you're handing these things over to William over his shoulder off the bow, you see this half avian, half eel looking creature encompassed in smoke and rivulets of an orange yellow glow here and there, but it's surrounded in this smoky cloud as it turns and begins to fly northwest.
I immediately notify Xenia of that presence and say, my good looking green fellow, you see that over there?
What is it?
Absolutely. What's your 31 perception check on that one? Absolutely. You see the same thing and a rider on it as well.
Ah,
What?
how far away are they?
By this point, 130 feet.
Is the rider identifiable at all?
They seem to be wearing a like a closed
Brother.
helmet.
Crimson Brotherhood's garments. He's a dragon rider, isn't he? Fuck me. This bitch.
Smash.
Where are they flying off to?
They're flying off in the direction that you are sailing.
Yeah, northwest.
the-
Yeah.
Towards the ship.
Towards the island. Yeah. We gotta shoot him down. We have to shoot him down.
He's mounting those already.
We gotta shoot that guy down. He's gonna give away our position.
Oh no, actually, wait. Sorry, what is his distance again?
130.
Captain,
I'm gonna
Could
shoot
we
him with
not-
my arrow.
just change position quickly.
Okay.
Ships don't move that fast.
They do when I'm here.
True, but they'll still be aware of our presence. Whereas if we just take out the scout, he won't give out our position.
We could turn
20
west now.
hit for 7 plus 2.
Sail for about.
Let's see what Xenia comes up with.
14 points of piercing damage, and Xenia is just attempting to slow that rider down so that he can catch up.
So you're attacking the mount and not the rider, or you're attacking both?
I have an extra attack. Let's see if a second one hits.
Let's go, Xenia! Come on, Xenia!
Is anyone gonna point this out to Grendel? Because she got a 0. She doesn't see shit.
You and me both, baby. You and me both. I mean, William rolled really low.
8, 9, 10, 11.
Because he's tired.
So, how far away?
13 points of damage. So 14 to the rider, 13 to
100
the
feet.
Okay.
130.
So if you're 130, which the harpoons do have that range. So if you are aware of this,
I am going to go fly after them.
Can Emrys quickly run to the front, the bow?
that would be the bow.
The
yeah,
bow
where
of the
the
ship.
harpoons are.
And shock bolt.
Go for it. Roll in a sec.
You got a range of 130 feet? Shit!
120.
I would say, like,
If
if no
10
one
foot
told
is
them
enough,
exactly what they're shooting at,
yeah,
Grendel
well-
is looking in the water for sirens.
That's fair.
So at this point, there are sirens in the water, but they are dead because the people have been throwing them off, just cleaning off the deck and kind of tossing them back in the water.
By running to the bow of the ship, can I get the 10 feet
Yeah,
that I
yeah,
need for
absolutely. If your range is 120, I'm not going to him haul over 10 feet.
Awesome.
For sure.
11 plus 8, 19 to hit.
Okay, yeah.
Very cool.
Hopefully no one's standing next to me when I do this. That'll be... oh, those are D12s. What am I doing? Hi, D&D. This is new to
It'll
me.
buff out.
So 9 shock damage, and your choice whether the mount is wet or not. I have no idea.
Okay. All right. So I will say that is a successful skill check between all of that. And Xenia, if you are flying off on Durza, correct? That is a success on catching this individual. 1 out of 3. So
Good
what
shit.
are we doing? What are we doing next?
Well done, guys. Would William be seeing this? I mean, I guess he would be seeing Xenia running off. That being said, William would be prepping the crew for a net, for like some type of snaring attack with a net of sorts.
Okay. Yeah.
To try and trap them.
So they run over to one of the harpoons and begin to turn it with a crank. 30 degrees. Ready. Okay.
Let's do a crew check because William can't do this attack because he's fucking heavily penalized right now. So the crew will be doing a. You sent me the stats.
Is this a dexterous type of aiming?
It's a good question.
So
Ironclad Leviathan. It is a. I'm pulling up the document.
Let's see. Harpoon assault.
Harpoon launchers. 10 plus to hit. Doesn't say whether or not it. It doesn't say.
It's just a flat 10.
It's plus 10 to hit.
Plus 10 to hit. Yeah.
I'll do it if you.
Yeah,
like.
if you're gonna man the gun, the harpoons, by all means.
Come on, baby.
While this is happening, how, if I need to roll a medicine check for this, is exhausted of the primary officers of the ship? Mostly William, Grendel, Xenia, and Emrys.
I I would also like to, before that's concluded, argue that Emrys gets advantage on this attack roll because there's 2 harpoon guns shooting these nets.
Go ahead. Yeah. So I believe
Thank you for
Grendel has a
that.
point of exhaustion,
Yeah,
and
Grendel.
William is pretty has
2 points.
Yes.
So it was going to be a 14, but with that advantage, it's an 18.
18. All right.
Let's go.
That just hits. So the target is grappled. Let's see. Roll some damage because the DC is 10 plus damage rolled. It's
What's
2d10.
the damage on the harpoons?
2d10. Let's see.
12.
If it is a 12, okay. So DC is 22 to escape.
12 to escape. Okay.
Let's see.
22.
Let's see. A huge or smaller creature. Let's see. The ship can reel in the harpoon target as a bonus action on its turn, which we're not really in turn combat right now because it's more cinematic. Moving the target 30 feet closer to the ship. Therefore, this counts as the second success out of 3.
All right. Look at that.
All right. What do you guys want to do? It's 2 out of 3. So
I'm going to leave this up to anybody else that wants to put any input. I got the outcome that I wanted.
I have an idea. Oh, it's a bad idea, but it could work very well.
Fucking throw it out there, Amos. Let's go.
What kind is the chain? The harpoon?
mm-hmm.
Wait, no, it's a rope, isn't it? Is it chain or is it rope? I would say it would be rope because chain's too fucking heavy for.
This let's see. It's an ironclad Leviathan hunter. Let's see.
Counter offer.
If it's chain, I'm fucking cool with that. But
it's made to hunt huge or gargantuan creatures. As far as these harpoons are concerned.
Shut the fuck up. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so it could handle chain. Okay.
A huge creature can be reeled in. A gargantuan creature pulls the ship at half speed.
Holy fuck.
So
So we could argue chains. Okay, we could argue chains.
Emrys is going to circle his hands around, lightning drags around, and he's gonna do lightning bolt and grab hold of the chain.
Oh my god!
That's sexy. That's fucking sexy.
Roll some damage. Roll some damage. I'm not gonna even
Fuck
do a
yeah.
dex save. Or actually, yeah, let's no dex
That's
save.
sexy.
No dex save. Let's connect.
That's
There's no
sexy.
way. There's no way. I can't argue.
Disadvantage.
Like triple
That's
disadvantage.
8d6.
10. 8d6. Jesus.
Oh fuck.
Can we try not to
We're-
kill them?
27 damage.
That's a good point. We might need him.
27.
I'm not trying to kill the rider. I'm trying to kill the mount. If the mount dies, the rider will fall. Oh, I'm sorry.
27.
The rider's already in water. What do you
I forgot
what do
we
you mean?
had PETA on board. Sorry.
Yeah. So, how do you want to do this to this mount? As
He didn't die. Come on.
The rider did, or the mount did.
His muscles lock up, and you watch as his wings are still furled, but he just tilts towards the ground. The rider on top. Ah!
yeah, the rider disconnects from. Yeah, go ahead.
out of curiosity, how far was the mount pulled to us?
30 feet. So at this point, you guys
So he's
moving
100.
forward, it being stalled, so you would be 90 to 100 feet.
Dang.
I mean, Ogner has catapult, so just catapult him
Can't
90
do
feet
that.
towards the ship.
That was a dope move. Where the fuck did my die go?
So Emrys is currently electrifying the chain that is connected to the mount.
To the mount, correct? Yes.
I can see Xenia. Is Xenia aware of what's currently happening? Because I have a response depending on what Xenia.
Xenia is the one attacking the rider.
Yeah.
Correct, and I can see that, but
Xenia sent 2 arrows out. William ordered the harpoons. Emerus aimed it and fired, followed pretty much directly behind it with lightning bolt as soon as it connected.
Xenia is almost like death from above because he's taken Durza to be flying above the height of the original rider and the scouts, poised so that Durza's claws can wrap around the rider and retrieve them.
So what I'm going to do for Millie is you said he's 90 feet away, or the mount is 90 feet away. All right, so what Millie's going to do is he is going to, and I can roll dexterity for this one for roll of cool, and he's going to attempt to cast banishment on the dragon in response to Imris shocking the chains.
The dragon is dead.
Correct. I'm trying to do this as an interrupt while you were trying to cast it.
Okay.
I had a solution, but
gets there first. Okay.
So that's what I was trying to do without slowing things down, because it was either between the rider or the dragon. I figured drown the rider and just banish the dragon. But because of the chains being electrified, seeing what Emerus was going to do first, I definitely wanted to not piss off Xenia, who Millie's trying to get in good with right now.
It's a good plan. I
will
only have what's available to me.
Yeah, I will contest the roll if I need to see who's fastest between the two of us, or however you deem fit.
Go ahead. I think that's a good way to kind of put this for sure.
Okay, so luck point. We'll re-roll that 7. That's a little bit better. 16 plus saving throw, or just dex flat?
Yeah, just a dex.
20 dirty 20, sorry. And I'm out of luck points for the day.
And that is going to be a contested roll with Emerus, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So your DC is 20 there, Emerus, whenever you get the chance.
I think Emerus from the cool of roll has vanished to include William. I lied. William is right there.
What are you trying to do, dog? What are you trying to pull, Millie? Huh?
Who, me?
What are you trying to pull, dog?
Oh, Millie's just trying to get in good with at least one of the crew, at least 2 crew members right now.
Over here holding William's journal hostage.
So, Emrys, I rolled a contested speed check for your cast, dirty 20. You do see Millie wave his hands and announce.
Emrys is focused on casting on the chain. He's not.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll me a dex. Go ahead and roll me a dex.
Dex?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. That's so good. I'm so sorry. Hold on. Abilities, dex. That's a dirty 20.
No, because you roll a 3.
Portent. Oh shit.
I use my luck feature to roll a 20.
To contest that. Oh shit! He's got luck too.
Don't. It's a joke.
That would have been great.
That
That would have been such a great exchange. Would have been such a great exchange. 100%.
Oh my
Like,
god.
oh, you use Portland. Okay, that's cool. Luck.
I think those two are worthy uses of my luck and deck of oracles. So hopefully I don't die to William tonight.
Listen, William has made it clear he doesn't want. He's
chill.
He's changed. He doesn't want to be old William. He wants to be new William. You guys just keep making him want to go back to old William.
All right. So banishment is a charisma check, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Charisma saving throw versus my DC.
Oh, that's right. It's like the only charisma saving throw in the game.
There needs to be more of those.
Yeah, there does.
12. What was your roll?
12.
He be gone.
Isn't Charm a charisma save too?
I think so. That's
Charm is a
either
wisdom save.
Wisdom save. Yeah, that's weird. That should probably be a charisma save. But anyway.
It should be a charisma save. That's right. Yeah.
So, Emerus, you connect your lightning bolt to this, and it shoots out. As it reaches the end, it should be contacting something, but instead it splays out into the night sky off the end of the chain as the chain falls limp, unattached to anything, as this creature vanishes.
Oh, shit.
And you hear,
where'd it go?
or perhaps not, depending on what Durza, how fast Durza is. Would you like to pick up this person from inside the water or catch them mid-fall?
Just let him dip into the water, please.
Just make him
Give him a little bath. And then sometimes it's good to just like dunk them a few times, intimidate them, and then plop them, and just some light waterboarding.
Light waterboarding. It's fine.
Mild war crimes.
Mild war.
Fly is 60 feet. He can dash.
Oh, absolutely.
But yeah, for that cheek, an intentional little splash.
Just catch him and dip him.
Yeah.
I love how the two magic casters of this party is so fearful of William trying to kill them.
Oh, no, William... Emerus is not. To be clear, I was gonna kick your ass in that battle.
Oh, I would fully expect that, especially with the disadvantage that William has on all of his ability checks right now.
He wasn't even gonna really deal damage to you. He was just gonna push you off the boat and wait for you to give up as we traveled at full speed.
Yeah.
Talking into water and cooling down.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
So, Xenia, you catch this individual, dunk them, and are able to bring them without any issues back to the ship. As Durza lands, what would you like to do?
There's a land with this individual on deck that keeps the claw on them.
Emerus is holding a shock bolt aimed toward this guy who is wet.
Oh, it looks like Durza brought back a treat for himself.
Millie's going to say, not to alarm anybody, but we got about a minute.
Till what?
Oh, the mount itself is inconsequential. It can't say anything. However, the right is more pressing.
On that, does it make another charisma saving throw to come back?
No, it's just gone.
So it is gone permanently as long as I don't get hit within my concentration. At the end of my 1 minute, it will appear in its home of plane. So if I don't drop concentration, if it's not from this native plane of existence, it is forever home where it originated from.
Okay. That's
At this time,
it's more
at this time, I would like to shoot Millie in the foot.
Just on purpose. What a bunch of dicks.
You spiteful motherfuckers. I feel like Xenia and Grendel are going to be the only ones coming out of this because y'all just...
me waste a spell slot.
That's for holding on to That's for holding on to my notebook as leverage against me, you motherfucker. In actuality, no, that doesn't happen. But yeah, no. William would take advantage of this opportunity with this rider brought aboard the ship. You have two ways out of this exchange, mate. It's alive, or I eat your soul.
He'll do it.
My crew is very much aware of my abilities.
Do any of you speak Ignan?
I do.
Speak up.
Fucking what?
Ignan, as
Oh, no.
Xenia brings this creature aboard, what sounds to just muffled mumblings and
I was hoping for gnomish, if anything, but
just these nonsensical words to you. Emrys, your ears ring with, "You let me go right now, and maybe I'll let you live once the Cinder King makes his return.
Cinder.
Drop me now. Return me."
Is he? I don't know what he's saying. Does he seem like he's bluffing?
He's swinging
I will
around,
ask him
trying
if-
to connect with what's holding him.
And you all you
just
hear him just going,
Prof-
and you just hear Emrys fucking throw back at him.
and just profanities at you the whole time.
And I go, "Are you
This
fucking stupid? You saw what we just did."
Grundle at this point will walk over, seeing that this guy seems to kind of be threatening their friends in a different language. She just kind of is towering over them. She puts her executioner's axe on her shoulder, and she just kind of leans down. She goes, "Either Willie can take your soul, or I could take your head off your shoulders."
Grendel,
I
I
mean,
can't understand you.
both will still happen, but
Well, then tell them like I said.
And I relay.
you can die and your soul be consumed, or you can tell us what you want, what we need to know.
You might as well kill me where I stand, because I will tell you nothing.
Merely cast Charm Person.
Ooh. I was about to talk to Calbrand and see if he could pull some information out of him, but that works even better.
Merely be pulling things out of his ass.
Go ahead and make a nature check for me.
This thing is not a person. This is a creature.
As long as it's a humanoid, but we'll make a nature. Yeah.
Come on.
Is it?
Oh,
come on.
Ignan
Is there a way to? Is there a way to
Magnet.
aid in this check? Is there at all a way to aid in this check? Because I would definitely be aiding if William's able to do so.
Make a perception check for me. And it has been well over a minute at this point.
That's another nat one. Why do I keep rolling that D20?
Get him out of the way. Get him out of the way.
Yeah,
Jail,
I rolled
jail.
an 18, and if it's been over a minute, his mount is wherever his home of plane is there.
If you were to
forever.
look around, there's nothing coming back.
Whoops.
What does that mean? What the fuck does that mean?
I think
well,
it
you
means
don't have
he's
to worry
from the
about
plane of fire.
Yeah, well, you don't have to worry about a dragon, but 18 for a nature?
18 for nature. This is, for all intents and purposes, an elemental. This is
That's
a
what I thought.
Magaman.
Oh.
As in his thrashing, the helmet flips up, and these glowing red eyes and this toothy maw, outlined by this red aura, is just emanating from this helm as he continues to scream and writhe.
Millie will attempt to speak primordial?
Okay.
How are you doing, buddy?
Emrys kind of like
Yeah, Millie got one more secret language, but we won't talk about that one.
William was just fucking baffled over here, just like, what the fuck is going on?
It's the language
I-
of love.
Emrys
I
really
know-
quickly says back to him, "You motherfucker, we could have been talking like this the whole time."
In code? In code?
Oh wait, is that what primordial is? Out of topic?
So how I'm doing it, any of like the elemental languages will be considered as an off branch of primordial. So if you speak primordial, you can continue to kind of converse with.
It's
with
like how
some-
people who speak Portuguese can understand Spanish speakers, but Spanish
Exactly.
speakers can't
Yeah.
understand.
Okay,
Yeah.
Thank y'all. I do apologize for everybody, but I did not know that was the rule. But yeah,
No,
Millie
that's
does
just
speak
how we're doing it here. I don't know
Okay.
what the actual rule is, but that's
Yeah,
how we're doing it. Yeah.
Millie just ignorant because he was focused on something else. Is just going to speak primordial, with easy there. We don't want you to die. Hi, I'm Millie. You are.
Pork chalk.
But pleasure to meet you, Paul Chuck. See, now, understand, I know these people are kind of scary. Don't worry about it. Look, I'm one of the nice ones over here. Then you have our beautiful Grendel. Just don't piss her off. And then that handsome devil of a orc. The green one, half orc. Yeah, there we go. That's Zinnia. He fellow very, very friendly guy. Then that guy over there pointing to William, you don't want to piss him off, and pointing at Emrys,
Very hungrily staring at him.
He's the other guy, but you don't want to talk. You want to talk to me. All right. Now listen. I want to help you, but you have to help us. You get where I'm coming from.
I will not help you.
And why is that?
I do not serve you.
You don't have to serve. We can just be acquaintances. You got acquaintances from where you're from.
Mate, I think you're barking up the wrong burnt tree.
We're at sea, so there's no burnt tree right now. It's just
I'm making a fire plane joke. Excuse me.
I know, but I'm trying to, make this guy like me. Okay, you see, and this is all in front of him in primordial. See, what you got to do is you got to butter him up like buttermilk biscuits. You ever made biscuits?
Where is Melon?
Millie? Oh, that's me.
Melon.
Who's melon? Is that a fruit? You like fruit? We got plenty of fruit.
My hellfire harpy.
Oh. Well, you see, I can help you with that, but you're going to have to help us in return.
You heard
Millie
Melon.
will roll a deception to hide the fact that I finished that thing.
What he's trying to get at is you can either help us, give us a tiny bit of information we need, or and then possibly see your pet again, or our captain here, who's very able and capable and does like to take souls from creatures such as you, will do so. So it's not about who you serve, mate. It's about, do you want to live?
I live to serve. And he rips open his chest, and you see
back up.
a mark running down his chest that curlicues at the bottom. And I'll send a picture of it drawn at a later time once we.
I thought Magma was going
I will
to
say, I will also say, William, in that moment, also, just when that happens, a massive cloud of black smoke erupts from him as he was interpreting this as some sort of attack and was trying to absorb it.
Yeah.
So I'll be using my Path of the Grave in this moment, only to be.
Unfortunately, William, you will not.
No! So a puff of smoke that isn't as massive as it used to be, like half disperses and just encompasses his ankles.
Anyone within 10 feet, I need a DC 11 dexterity saving throw.
Well, shit.
So 16 for
12.
Grendel.
Fuck.
That was a 17 and a 10, so the 10 is a plus 7 for 17. Look at that. I still do pretty good on dexterity checks.
13 plus 7 for 20.
Beautiful.
First was 16, second was 17, so I think Grendel still passes.
So
I temporarily lost my Path of the Grave. I'm not happy about this.
So Millie just crouched face to face with this guy, and the most shittiest smug grin is just like, and then with a nat 1 is unaware of what's happening because I am out of luck points.
Oh,
so
no.
This is an elemental creature, right?
uh-huh. I can't believe I rolled a nat 1 tonight. Damn.
Question, Chris.
And with
Yeah.
no lucky feats.
Is Grendel currently, does she just add fire damage to her attacks if her rage hits a certain point, or is she also resistant to fire damage at this point?
If you are raging, then you have resistance to fire
Okay.
damage.
I'm not
Basically, let's see. So everyone that saved will be taking 11 points of fire damage.
Oh,
Owie.
So 22 for you, Millie, as you're as close as can be to this thing. And he says,
Oh, what's the save?
to serve 11 DC 11.
Okay, so I do save. Okay,
Yeah.
11
Yeah.
points. Okay.
Let me get a picture of this.
That was with disadvantage, mind you.
That's great. And this creature, the symbol on its chest begins to hum and vibrate and ignite
Great. Here we go.
as it explodes into magma, and it is gone.
Fucking
Ship catching
suicide
fire?
bomber. God damn it.
ship catching fire?
Yes, as chunks of this molten lava
Emma
are
shapes water
hitting
over the bow and
beautiful.
Grendel sits there looking unhappy, drenched, just
Listen,
have none
Emerson,
of that.
I appreciate you being the hero and all, but I still need you to not be like the hero of the entire crew, please.
Sorry?
That was above table, not William actually vocalizing that.
God, I'm
No.
hurting.
What happened at your ankles, Captain?
You know
Was
what?
that a thought?
Actually, you know what? Fuck, I don't have any superiority die left. Otherwise, I would have fucking absorbed that attack for you. So never mind. Sorry, bud. If I had some superiority die left over, I would have used the bait and switch to. But
Get out of the
Absolutely
way.
fine. Millie healed me earlier, so that,
Yeah, for comical purposes, you just see Millie just in a sunder. You see one of his dreadlocks just singed and a little flame on the end. And
I would- I would say, I would say because this is very typical William behavior that he would have made the motion to try and drag you out of the way, but because of his current drained state, he was too slow in his reaction time, and you just feel the grasp of his hand on your shoulder to try and drag you out of the way. But it was too late.
Yeah, that's fine. Millie is a little burnt right now.
Yeah.
I will.
So-
Otherwise, I would have burnt a fucking superiority die to take that damage. But sorry.
Millie will tell everybody after a few coughs of where he was from, and then to Xenia if he is familiar with a hellkite.
For what?
if you're familiar with Hellkite.
Hellkite Harpy is what he
Yes.
said, I think.
Am I? Let's find out. Should I roll
Go for it.
nature or history?
I would also like to fucking roll for that.
Let's do nature.
And then Millie's going to ask in Primordial to Emrys, do you speak any other secret languages?
Never mind, that's a nat 1 again. Why is William rolling so many nat 1s?
Put that dice in freaking prison, dude.
Three fucking nat 1s in one session.
Oh.
That's insane.
I speak
Hellfire
a
Harpy,
lot
I
of languages.
apologize.
I speak not only primordial, but Ignin, Terran, Aquan, and Orin.
He's going to say something in Abyssal to you.
This is the culprit
No.
right here.
I speak Elvish. I speak, I believe, Draconic.
If we're learning about languages that may be useful,
Talking in primordial.
I speak Gnomish. I picked that up as a side hustle at some point. So if that does pan out, let me know.
Then you understand your abyssal.
Oh,
Abyssal.
Xenia speaks Abyssal?
So of course, then you look at his creatures.
Oh, yeah.
That's true.
Millie's going to say
That's
something
very
in
much
Abyssal to
very true.
Xenia. Nice.
Halfling and a little bit of Orcish.
That
But,
was a 12 for the nature. You did.
Thank you.
Sorry.
So hellhounds are more familiar to you, but the name itself is enough to imply a lot. You've never seen one until today.
I suppose
And what
it's just a genus of harpy.
And what type of the creature? This is a hellfire harpy?
Hellfire harpy.
A harpy
Why
of the
can't I
hellfire
type?
harpy. As the
Why can't I
name
type?
implies.
What's going on? I'm confused. Let me type. There we go. All right, hellfire harpy. All right.
So-
Um,
Emrys has
Yeah,
been told a lot by the spirits about the elemental planes. Would he have heard of a Hellfire Harpy before? And Magnan and all them?
Uh,
Go ahead and what would that be?
was that the rider or the mount that was
Mount.
That was the mount. That was a hellfire harpy.
Yes,
Mhm.
That was
the
another
mount
idea.
that is a Hellfire Harpy.
What's
Yeah.
who's the
Spanish
what is the
text.
rider?
Magnan.
Magnan?
Magnan.
Magnet.
Yeah, like think of like a little rock, like a black charred rock creature with like lines of magma.
A
Yeah,
lava goblin.
Familiar. Okay, I got it. Magnan. Okay.
Well, with the deck successfully put out and this creature no longer existent, the immediate threat taken care of. Xenia, I need you to make me one more perception check as you are continuing to hover, or are you landing?
What are you doing? What are you playing, Chris?
23?
23. Excuse.
I want
What do
y'all
you
to know
got,
that was a really low roll for Xenia.
It was.
Yeah, actually, it was.
With her,
That
with
was-
her what, like
That was a
plus
2 for 23.
11?
All right, Xenia, what is your orc I see?
As you stand there, there's a hovering in place with the ship as it moves along. You see off the back of the ship a bioluminescent glow that seems to rise and fall.
Oh, I'm nervous. Oh god.
Coming from the water or on the
What is
back
it
of the
now?
Inside the water. So it becomes brighter, and a bit of the ocean sprays before the bioluminescent glow descends and becomes dimmer, and then comes up in these very long, graceful movements, but approaching the ship with each one.
William, is that a normal sea phenomenon?
This bioluminescence follows the tide specifically.
It seems to be headed in the direction of the Pale Lady and is following the same direction.
Well, my question is it following the tide specifically? Otherwise, then I'm going to ask for a nature check of sorts, or some history check at least.
Okay.
So if it's not following...
I'm not understanding the tide.
So what I'm initially assuming is the bioluminescent creatures that is native to a lot of shorelines, which is typically krill that illuminate during the night. If this is not reminiscent of krill, then yes, I will ask for either a history check or a nature check that I can roll to identify what this phenomenon is.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a history check, please.
Okay. I'm going to argue for advantage for this because of my years as a seafaring captain.
Yes.
That's why I asked you. I don't know.
Wouldn't that just make it an even roll for you?
Yes, basically.
Yep.
History, that was a 6 plus. History 5, 11. I'm barely.
Struggling with numbers.
If I had some rest, I would be able to fucking use my my superiority die.
You might
But
be able to
11 is the best.
if you guys would stop arguing.
I just came back from the dead. I can't help this.
There are plenty of seafaring creatures.
Very reminiscent of the krill that I'm aware of, but okay, all right, seeing this, William's just like, I don't know, it's krill, very reminiscent of their typical behavior around this time of night. Establish a guard rotation. I need to collect my thoughts. I need to rest.
As you say, it's krill. With one more dip and then resurface, you see this elegant, beautiful creature. As it rides the side of the Pale Lady, its head surfaces, comes up above with its eye, kind of comes up above the side of the ship, opens its mouth and goes down into the water next to the ship, turning its fins to the side so as to avoid hitting the ship as it munches down on a siren's body.
Xenia, is this your doing? Is this your friends?
No, but I would like to be a friend. It's beautiful. Look at those markings. And Xenia's already opening his sketchbook to quickly
What type of creature are we looking at here? What is this reminiscent of? Is it
It's so pretty.
This is a unbeknownst to you. This is just meta knowledge, I suppose. This is a tide collar manta. Had you rolled better, these are said to be good omens.
Okay.
If you see them, and are relatively docile and friendly creatures.
I was going to ask if I could roll a perception to draw this in my notebook, but motherfucker has my notebook still!
Peering half over the railing entirely.
You know what? I'm still going to argue for it. Can I roll perception to try and memorize the brief look that I got at this creature?
It came up with its head above the railing. Probably get the head. The head itself is probably 15 feet.
Yeah. I'm trying to argue, can William try to memorize the distinctive features of what he just saw in this moment until he can get the book?
Yeah, over the next 15 minutes, you see this thing. You are able to track it fairly easily in the water as it rises and falls, as it circles the pale lady as it moves along,
Okay.
kind of going back around, picking up what's left of the sirens back around, and then circling back to anything that has been dropped back over. For the next 15, 20, maybe 30 minutes, this persists as this thing gracefully glides and dances through the water.
Awesome. I like it. Yeah, William's going to draw that once he gets his first chance to. Quick announcement. I Smoke Tree 420. Not the best name, but yeah. Thank you for subscribing. We appreciate you. That being said, yeah, no. William's going to retreat back to his quarters in this time because he's fucking exhausted and he needs his wits about him for what's to come, and leaves his door unlocked for when Millie decides to arrive.
Okay.
When Xenia's done sketching, Grendel's currently holding Xenia so he doesn't fall over the railing. Like, he's trying to, like, help Xenia get, like, the best angles. Like, is this about there? Oh, it's so shiny. Get the shinies over here. Like, so, but once that's done, Grendel will also retreat to her room because she's got a level of exhaustion. There's something going on with her strength that I don't know what is. She needs some Betty buys.
Very well. Anything else?
What are you called? Xenia will ask using Speak with Animals as he's like doing the final touches of his sketch.
I love this so fucking much. Ugh.
Are we gonna become besties with a giant glowy ray?
Maybe.
Can he make us go faster?
We're already there. What do you mean, go faster?
Well, like,
we're just scouting.
Like, if we throw fish over the edge, maybe we keep him close by. If we need to like go supersonic.
Their name is Voratrius. They're beautiful.
Thank you. Do you have any more to eat?
Oh, that's a good question. What do you eat? Meat? Anything?
Emerson's not going to make the joke.
We have barrels of grain, whiskey. We have plenty of meats. Granted, don't get rid of that because our crew will be very upset. Grain probably we could do without. Vegetables, obviously. Yeah, just don't touch the meats. You can get rid of whatever you want to placate this creature, but don't get rid of the meat.
Do we have oranges on board, Captain? How do you avoid scurvy?
I mean, that's obvious for sure, but this is Xenia's scene.
Xenia asks if it eats like seaweed or kelp or algae of any sort, or if it's purely just meat.
I prefer something with bite, but if needed, I can descend and eat the plants.
Meats. He likes meats. Meats is his favorite.
Meats. I probably have some jerky.
Just roll a persuasion check.
Me?
You're not here. You're in there.
To do this. No. I would say if you want to give him meats and you want to talk to William, do a persuasion check at advantage because he does trust your judgment. Not a high DC for. Not a high. It's not a high DC. You do have advantage. Oh yeah, absolutely. William absolutely agrees.
Yes. Xenia is going to find one of our cuts of meat that is older, so it's not quite as fresh, so it could risk going off anyways, and he's going to take that.
Probably a cow carcass. Yeah.
You do have Griffin that
oh shit, that's right. Yes. That's right.
I just remember that. As Xenia is running around the deck trying to find something, you notice that its head is above water, and it's keeping up with the ship. And as you move up and back and forth between the ship, it kind of speeds up and slows down, just kind of keeping its head wherever you're going. If you switch sides to the other side, it ducks its head down and comes up on the other side and does the same thing as it's
so fucking beautiful.
We have great fun. I can pluck it for you if you like. It won't take long.
This is fine.
Okay. And then he's gonna
Yeah,
turn
no.
to like Durza and like grab Durza's beak and just say, "This is a friend. We are not going to peck or bite or eat this friend." Okay. Okay.
Anytime an animal is concerned, William trusts Zenya's judgment 100%.
It's autism. It's a special interest.
As it chomps down on this delectable meal that you have offered it, it asks,
Heavily salted for sure.
heavily
Preservative.
Why is it spicy?
It asks, "Have you seen a blue friend?"
A blue friend? What sort of friend? A big friend? A smaller friend?
Small friend.
Blue. A watery friend?
Yes. You know them.
Victor's care.
You know Shu.
Does that sound familiar?
Victor's character.
Not to you.
Can you describe your friend? Do they look like you?
No, much smaller.
Puppy.
Usually rides on top of me.
Oh, it's who we're pursuing! It's who we're pursuing!
Blue skin. Long.
The
hair.
Aquilarian! The Aquilarian we're fucking following! It's who we're pursuing! He's looking for him! Oh, shit! Oh!
Angly yellow metal that gleams in light.
They do not sound. Have we discussed this? Have we been
Yes,
told?
Shuthalarian is our target. Yes, you know about who he's talking about right now.
Sounds familiar. I think we might be looking for your friend as well.
Oh. So you do not know where he is.
We know where he is. We're trying to rescue him.
We're trying to rescue him. He's on. Excuse me, that poof of smoke really got to my nose. He's on a ship not too far. We're in pursuit.
Ship. One of these.
But we have to be very careful because there's other people we want to rescue on that ship, and that ship is full of bad people.
Well, I should go ask them if he's on their ship. And it begins
They
to
might-
descend a little bit
Oh no.
and speed up.
Vora, not a good idea. Vora. Actually,
You are nice. Why are
Well,
they
that's
not?
They're bad people.
They are with my friend. They must be
don't-
friends.
I don't think your friend is with them willingly. There are people who treat other people as they would lesser creatures. They would seek to capture them and to keep them in a way that the friends would not be happy with. They do not stay with those people of their own free will. That is why we are trying to pursue that ship, so we may rescue those who do not wish to stay. I suppose you could imagine it would not be so nice for someone to come along and clip your fins. How would you go anywhere then?
That
Likewise, these
sounds-
friends.
Sounds awful.
Hmm.
These people, they capture for food.
Do we know why we took why they took those people?
I don't think so.
Slave trade.
Slaves,
They're being sold as slaves. William intends to interrupt that trade.
They took them for work, to make them do labor, the same way you might have something else hunt for you to bring you food so you do not have to hunt yourself.
That is part of the fun.
These people do not see the value in doing work for themselves. They only seek to reap the rewards, with nothing to gain from it, really.
So how will I see Shu if they will not let him go?
We
Would you
intend
like
to
to
free
come?
him.
We intend to free all of them. We might be more successful with your help. He knows you, he trusts you. I'm sure he would be happy to see you.
Help. If I help you, you feed me more of those?
The sirens,
can try.
we can try our best.
I had never had one like that before.
Yeah, it's good to try something new. Make sure the bones don't get stuck in your throat.
They were crunchy.
Whatever we can, we will throw back into the sea for you.
Crunchy
That's it.
sirens. Yes.
Crunchy sirens. Ooh, okay.
He likes crispy fish.
It does like crispy fish.
So, Amorous, keep frying fish. You're doing great.
While Zinnia's talking to him, he's just going to slide in comically in Zinnia's ear and just be like, talking about.
You said what
Huh?
now? That was very low.
Oh, what are you talking about with your fishy friend?
All the sirens, he finds them very crunchy and delicious.
Would he like them to be cooked, or is he going to hurt us? Friendly
Quite friendly.
enemy? Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
I would like some assistance if you can give me a hand real quick. When you're done with your friend, and then Millie's just gonna turn about and prepare the ceremony rites while Zinnia's still finishing that up.
So Voratreus asks, so I help. How?
Sound of cannons.
Actually, I have a question for you first, Voratreus. Are you familiar with an island some clicks from here that has the strange barrier among the waves? Have you ever swam near that? Has you?
No, most of us stay away from there. I've thought about it. Sirens around that place. They look tasty. But there is a larger fish that we stay away from down below.
I figured as much. Well, in any case, you're welcome to help. Just your presence is enough. I think people would be quite fearful and hesitate to draw their weapons at us. And also, you're welcome to reach your beautiful long neck and pluck over bad people off from the deck. They'll be squiggly, but still crunchy, I suppose. You're welcome to them.
Crunchy.
Strength in numbers.
Yes. We hope we see Shu again. That makes me happy. And it ducks its neck, arching down. And then, what is it called when a whale breaches? So it breaches the water, comes up, bringing a lot of water that rivulets down and drops as it turns and comes completely out of the water as it shoots forth this bioluminescent glow, is faced towards you as it goes belly up, turns over the ship onto the right side of it, and glides for a good 600 feet before descending back into the water.
It's so cool.
And remains following you for
Me friends. We have new friends. See that they go? It's so cool.
As the night progresses, the sky is clear. A few smattered clouds here and there, but for the most part, stars are out. So what comes next?
Millie's just going to be doing ceremony funeral rites for the fallen crew members.
Like I had mentioned in the chat, Grundle is just softly snoring away in her room. She's got Helene's perfume bottle just kind of tucked to her chest, just letting the scent kind of calm her as she sleeps.
Yeah, and then once funeral rites have been done and not communion, but each of them has 2 gold coins over their eyes. So with the funeral rites, for those that are curious, ceremony 5E, Millie has inducted for the next 7 days, the target cannot become undead by any means short of a wish. So as long as the 2 gold coins are on their eye, or at least over their eyes for the next 7 days, they will be safe. Once the gold coins have been removed, technically they've been desecrated. But aside from that, he'll move to William's quarters in the dead of night as a sneaky rogue.
Love the choice of words there.
What is my D100? How's that possible?
Yeah, that's,
No, I rolled a 100.
Well done, Emrys.
I don't know what's worse.
The other side.
Oh,
well done,
wait,
Emrys.
is this for everybody?
The campaign dies today because of Emrys. Thank you.
Literally a 1 in 3,000 chance or 3 million chance. I don't know. I'm not a math guy.
That being said, Millie, when you enter William's quarters, he is there at his writing desk with his navigational charts spelled out before him as he continues charting their exact position in relation to the island that the Crimson Tide has made port. And because this is not an island he's been privy to, but previously, so he's trying to exact that location with the information that he has of his own. So he's basically updating his charts. And when you arrive, he doesn't even look up at you. He just senses your arrival
Sweet. Millie'll place his notebook in front of him on an empty page and state, you need to jot down some new notes that are a little bit more up to date and current with the situation.
Very much aware, Millie.
So, Captain, I see a lot of information has been, I guess in your words, withheld.
Tell me, Millie, do you intend to hold this information over me?
No. At some point, every dog's got to lie, and every man has his day to die. I don't hold leeway over people. However, the information that I do gain allows me to essentially, like I told you before, build a more intimate relationship with my targets. Not saying that you are one, but everybody has a price on their head, and I intend to make sure that those prices can either be attained or at the least forgotten about.
I pride myself on knowing the motivations of my men. A lot of them follow the coin. You, however, are a complicated individual. You follow coin, but that is not your main motivation. As it was made clear in Kirashi, your loyalty is not explicitly devoted to me or the mission. I just need to know whether or not that will be a hindrance to the mission overall. I understand from what I've learned from Caliban while I was gone, that some of my crew are devoted to somebody that is not necessarily supportive of my ideals or my dealings with Caliban. I need to know that these individuals that are beholden to these power structures, that they won't sabotage the plan that I have in place with Caliban. Can I trust you?
You know, Captain, there's two sides to a coin. It's tails. But there's always that fine line in between the coin that keeps the two together.
Exactly.
And what I mean by that is, although you and I both know what you are, more so than who. And yes, you have done a lot of questionable things, but that's neither here nor there for me to judge. However, your impact on those to aid and keep safe, your good deeds that you sow are what I look at. And I'll be honest with you, Captain. I'm a man of great sorrow, pain, and regret. But at the same time, I am the judgment that falls between both life and death in regards to the Queen of Shadows. I had plenty of chances to make sure that you couldn't come back. A greater one when you fell. But I chose not to. And the reason for that are for two individuals on this ship, and then the one at that cottage of yours that you visited a while back. I intend to make sure that you keep your promise to those that you've made. And when your time comes, and well, if I'm around, I intend to make sure that your final resting is made. but not by my hand, but by the fate that you weave your own. So with that
Well,
being said, I don't intend to mess up whatever plans, ideas you have. The only thing that I live in this world is to rid those of undead that are evil in nature. And you're a bit of a 50-50 side on that coin.
would you like to know the reason why I see you as a great benefit to this crew?
That's a lot better than most days when people tell me that I'm a bastard, but yeah, I'll go ahead and enlighten me real quick.
You fulfill the role that I sought. The one person I trusted the most, along with Emrys, but you the most. Godi was the one person that I could see truly combating me should I fall to the seduction that the other side has to offer. Should Caliban take over my body, I trusted Godi to be able to stop me. With his departure, my faith has been shaken. With the emergence of you, Millie, and your display of power with imprisoning Billy Bones, you've restored my faith in this crew. Because if not for you, I feared for the fate of Xenia and Grendel with me unchecked. Emrys presents a new frontier of trust, though I don't know his true motivations. I don't know whether or not he serves the betterment of the reality, the realm that we live in, or whether or not he serves the Midnight Court that we fight against. The future holds many uncertainties, but the certainties that I do hold, I hold on tightly. Millie, you are one of those certainties, but I need to know that when I do fall, you will support the orders that I lay in place to combat my failures. The orders that I had left, I was hoping that should you find them, you would uphold them, but you withheld that information. That's why my faith is shaken right now. I trust Agner. I trust Xenia to maintain the mission, and yet you withheld that information. Granted, the rest of the information within this book, and he places his hand on top of the book and between the two of us. It may be very damning for me. But I'd rather my history be prostrated to the crew as long as it still maintains the benefit of the crew as an entirety. Damn me in the end. If it benefits the crew in the end, show this information. I cannot abide you ignoring the orders, my standing orders, a second time. I need to know that if you find this book again, granted it's going to be in the same place, that this time I can trust you to uphold the information that is within this book.
I will say, Captain, yes, the contents of the book at the time that I read it was a little bit of a hasty executive decision that I've made upon myself due to the situation. However, the book, yes, I probably should have gave to Ogner. However, as far as the personal items of yours goes, I entrusted it upon myself due to what better way to hide a secret than somebody that lies? plenty of times that I've lied to your face, but plenty of times I revealed the truth as well to you. And yes,
Mm.
I will say that I'm not the best trusting, and I will urge you and beg you not to trust me, but to trust one thing about me, that I will always do the right thing so long as you and your crew are the last to suffer the harmful fate of death's grasp. And with that, Captain, I will make sure at this time, if you were to fall and I so happen to come across your belongings, I'll intend to make sure that it makes it to Ogner so long as he's still standing, as well as Xenia as your second.
Mm.
But the last thing I want to make sure is maintained and kept is that when fate comes, and it will, you just make sure that you're strong enough to stand toe to toe, chin up high, shoulders rolled back. And you tell that SOB that you're here to make a stand and you're here to do what's right. And that you're here to accept your last fate when it calls. And then Millie will place the arcane stone on his desk and say, I got the other one, so if you need it, just let me know. But these will let you transport from place to place if you so choose. And let's just say if you need to make it back home within an instant, you just let me know and I'll make it happen. However, you just make sure that the next time you fall, you make sure you got a little buddy behind you. And then he's going to leave one of his ace cards on his table.
Thank you, Millie. Though I can't guarantee that I'll come back as the same person.
Oh, I
I've made-
know, brother. I've seen two faces and a strange one that I would like to talk to you on the next coming of day. Someone.
I'm going. Go ahead.
I'll just leave that as a secret for me to unveil at a later time, but you get your rest. We need you strong to at least make sure that, well, I don't get tempted by another, muse of the sea, as y'all call it. I've already went toe to toe with some man at a bar, and well, let's just say I made a fool of myself, but I at least got you some more information for you.
All
I
right.
do look good as some lipstick, though.
I'm going to make an addendum to my plan. I'm going to make it clear to you now in this moment. Should I fall again, my book goes directly to Xenia. Am I understood?
As a man with a bottle of whiskey to his lip, I'll make sure that it goes right to the source.
He pulls open a drawer at his desk and pulls out a bottle of brandy, followed by 2 glasses. Sets it upon the desk. Pulls the cork. Sets it 1 glass in front of you. Pours himself a glass and holds it up.
Amelia will smile, and the crow on his shoulder will call, and he'll hold the glass up and say, to you, Captain, and to your crew.
To the future of Vardin.
As the two share a drink in this captain's quarters after this exchange, the camera pans. The wooden walls of William's quarters blend into an all too familiar scene for the viewers. A dim-lit tavern where you've seen Calibran and William exchange words. However, this tavern is empty, dead silent. Broken glass lay on the floor, a single gold doubloon on the table, and the door wide open, revealing a swirling mist. And as the camera moves through, you hear the clanking of glass and bottles. Where is it? Where is it? Calibran digging through his effects, finally grasping a glass bottle filled with a blue liquid that seems to emanate a soft glow. I promised you I wouldn't use this. But it's the only way to see you, Alara. It's the only way! And he shoves it into his chest. And that's where we'll go to break.
Oh my god.
Dear Lord, help me!
Hello, everyone. I hope you had a good break. Got some wine,
Hey!
maybe some snackies. Anyway, we're gonna get right back into our little adventure here. Right after we find out what we're doing next week, there's a few changes. Tarzan Star Wars next week, correct?
Star Wars: Edge of the Empire at 7:30 Mountain Standard Time. I am still casting for day players. If you would like to participate in a session of Star Wars: Edge of the Empire, feel free to contact me on Discord or Instagram. Either way, I am casting day players, so there's no commitment to being in the campaign long run. If you would like to appear at some point in time, feel free to pop in, message me, and we'll create a character together and get you to appear in the campaign. It's a great time. If you've ever played Vampire the Masquerade or any success and failure based narrative dice system gameplay, that's what Edge of the Empire is based off of. So it's pretty easy to get into. It's a little, I mean, there is a bit of complexity to it, but that's in the long term game format. So unless you plan on playing long term, you don't worry don't stress yourself out over it. It's a great time. That being said, reach out to me on Discord if you would like for your own personal Star Wars narrative. Feel free to reach out to me on startplaying.games /Tarzan 82855 or no /GM /Tarzan 82855 to have your own Star Wars campaign directed by me. I will devote all of my resources to it if you do the personalized campaign. Otherwise, I have one-shots and adventure modules that you can run at cheaper rates. And that's all I got for Star Wars.
Cool. So Tuesday,
on to you, Chris.
If you want to play, contact William or Daddy Tarzan, and we'll get you in one of those. Don't think it needs to be said, but Dimensional Dial still on indefinite hold. And this next week, October 10th, there will be no Tales of Vardin. That will take 1 week off and we'll be right back on the 17th.
Make sure you stay.
It'll be okay. It'll be fine. I will cry the whole time, but it will be okay.
Yeah, so stay tuned. Tune in next week.
So next week, just Tuesday is what we'll be running for you, and then the following week
sad
back with more Tales of Vardin.
Other announcements, actually, we are working to roll out. Michael, our producer, is working on bringing out a Disney D&D based campaign. What was his announcement? It was starting.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Where's the announcements? He posted in the announcement section. If you would like to be part of the announcement or the Disney adventure campaign, he is currently casting for primary cast members. You can reach out to us on Discord. Michael St. Gregory is his. Let me actually get his actual name. 1 second, guys. Take Mike the Beholder. Mike the Beholder is hit. Each word has a underscore in between. So Mike _the_ Beholder is the username that you need to be in contact with on Discord. If you would like to be a primary cast member of the it's an acronym. I don't know the exact terminology because I'm not part of the campaign because I don't have time for it. But if you would like to be part of a Disney-based campaign series, reach out to Mike _the_ Beholder to submit your application to be part of the primary cast members. Michael St. Gregory is a phenomenal storyteller. The dude is fucking legendary, literally legendary. The dude's great. If you want phenomenal storytelling to the equivalence of what Chris can do, Michael is on par with Chris.
My voice is heads and shoulders above whatever I can do. So it's
They're
I
all
mean,
talented in their own right. Amazing.
in my eyes, the two of them are fucking legendary in my eyes. But yeah, no. Contact Mike _ Beholder to audition for a primary cast member role for the Disney-based D&D campaign. He's planning on rolling that out soon, so get that in as soon as possible. That's all I have for announcements. Back to you, Chris.
I have one announcement. I forgot to mention this last week, but my junior Marines wanted to make it a challenge for this month for every like that we get for the Twitch podcast is the equivalent of 50 push-ups that we would do, and for every subscriber we do or that we get from the viewers, that is 2 miles that we will be running for the week. So please like, subscribe, support your local Twitch streamers.
Okay.
Stretch it out, and then we'll try to get with Chris and Tarzan on how many we got for the week. And it is myself and 4 other Marines that have dedicated to make that a challenge for physical fitness for this month.
I like that. Okay,
That's awesome.
I would love to set up a reward for that type of endeavor for sure. So yeah. Okay. We'll
work out the
further
logistics
announcements
of
for
that for sure.
Yeah. Be on the lookout for that. That's awesome. Thank you,
That's great.
Lee. That's awesome. Appreciate that. Other than that, that's the rest is up to you, Chris. Whatever you got else.
All right.
Let's go back to drinking.
Well, totally Chris too. He makes amazing mugs.
Oh, yes. Shit. One last final advertisement. Chris Claybeard Studios. He makes great fucking personalized clay sculptures. Check him out on claybeardstudios.com. He makes
He's coming out with cool spoopy stuff.
Oh, it looks so awesome.
Halloween themed products in the woodworks. All right, back to you, Chris.
Play work.
Thank you. Yeah. So the Pale Lady continuing to move forward through the night. Is there anything else we want to accomplish over the evening? Grendel, did you have anything?
Grendel just wants to make sure she gets a long rest and hopefully get back to normal because I don't like my strength being at 16.
Okay. Very well.
Does everything go back to normal?
As you
I'm gonna roll
and rest, you begin to feel more yourself the more you just take it easy and mull things over and rest and sleep.
My strength returns to normal as well?
If we get through a long rest, I'm not sure what we have going on, if we're trying to approach and hit in the night or if we're waiting for them to dock. That's still to be decided. I'm not sure what timeline we're running with. We can fast forward to the next day if we'd like, but if there's anything else we want to achieve.
I think Grendel's door is always unlocked if anyone wants to wake her up, but
we're working on a short timeline, so if anything, this is going to be a short rest situation, because we can't risk the Crimson Tide beginning to disembark. This is a small window that we're working with, and William very much intends to wipe out this slavery trade. He's never been in support of a slavery trade within the Scarlet Brotherhood. So there's very much a vitriol response to William when it comes to the Crimson Tide. Go ahead, Emrys.
Emrys is very much in favor of a long rest, if that's possible, between where we are now and how far the island is ahead.
Yes, it is possible.
It's only 6 hours of
so you guys would have like a 3 a.m. cover of night if you took a long rest right now.
I really think we should use the rest.
I'm gonna leave this up to a check of sorts because William is definitely on edge, especially with when it comes to the crimson comes to the slavery trade. Chris, what would be the equivalent of like a discipline check for you? Crossing genres of TTRPGs here.
Yeah.
Willpower or
yeah.
wait, no. Wisdom?
Is William
would it-
on the
would be-
deck to discuss it?
This is, I mean, he's definitely receptive of input, but
I will
this
remind
is
you, Captain. It was your first instinct to turn and take a moment, a breather, before heading into battle. I think.
Ooh, that's gonna give him a disadvantage. Yep, 100%. Okay, all right, I like this.
From my perspective, Captain, my life has been a series for the past 15 years or so. There's been a series of careful decisions, one after the other, in order to survive. I've gotten used to being cautious.
William rolled a 6 and a 2 for his wisdom save to try and maintain his determination to pursue and be unrelenting. With the 2 for the disadvantage, that is a 3 to his wisdom save. You see a level of resistance for a moment. With your words, he realizes the fault of consistently pursuing a target while being gravely disadvantaged.
I think if we wait, our moment will come. I have a feeling, something on the air, sort of a smell. I can't place it, but soon.
Eminence, you are aware my son's one of these captives.
I'm very aware. I'm very aware. And I'm going to do everything in my power to help you get him back safely. But as we learned with the warehouse, rushing headlong when you're unprepared, it's not always the best course of action.
The last time I rushed headlong, I died. I cannot afford another feeble attempt at protecting the people that I care about.
So let's take our time. Let's think it through.
The most present course of action to me in this moment right now is reconnaissance. We can't afford to allow the enemy an opportunity to gain ground on us. Those of us that are...
Xenia could use his new watery friend to gain a bit of a... Because we said that Shu rode upon the thing, right? I wonder if Xenia could ride upon it.
Shithla is our intent target. Oh, actually, did this is we gotta get that clarification right now. Did Xenia brief the crew that that the sea creature is looking for Shithlar?
Yes, we have a friend now.
He did? Okay. Yeah, with Emerus bringing this up, William takes a deep breath. We need to convene amongst the crew.
Agreed.
Mind you, Emerus, your fate has still not been determined by the crew, as well as Millie's.
I feel confident things will work out.
if I'm going to uphold the standard that I want to embody, we still need to hold the trial.
You know how I'm going to go for that, Nate. And I don't want to do it when you're like this. Feels a bit like cheating. So let it rest for a little while. Stay of execution, if you will. It would be my honor to help you get your son back. That's the last thing I ever do.
Emrys, I just need to hear the words from you.
Anything.
Who do you work for?
At present?
Truly.
Nina. And if I betrayed you, she would look at me differently. And I wouldn't want that.
Does that name resonate with William?
I don't believe you met Nina. Oh, you did, but not by name.
Right.
Is there a level of familiarity that William could possibly resonate with? No?
I don't believe so. Different circles.
Yeah.
So, I did tell you about her, Captain.
Yes, it's just easier to trust some of the people that I have common ground with.
But you must have seen her in the warehouse for a moment. She told me she was in there and she saw you.
That was your beloved.
That was her. She's very sneaky.
I'm inclined to believe that you are a very lucky individual to land somebody as qualified as her, or skilled.
Every moment I spend with her, I'm like, I very much am in awe. It's a, how did I get here? What good did I do in the past to deserve this? And
It's very reminiscent of my jewel.
You never talk about her.
I mainly keep company of pirates. That's why I don't. A beautiful memory, such as the jewel, is something that needs to be treasured and not shared with others.
Well, I'm a thief, and that's as close to a land pirate as you can get. So, I understand the unwillingness to trust a thief. All right, I've been dealing with since I was 8 years old.
I understand that, right? But you understand the nature of wanting to protect a memory such as something as precious as what I call the Jewel of Sovereign. I met her before I joined the Navy. I was just a young lad. I promised her the moment I met her that I would make her my bride. She didn't believe me. She thought I was full of shit. But since the moment I met her, I saved every penny, doubloon, gold, silver that I accrued to buy her the ring that I thought would befit somebody worthy of being deemed the jewel of the sovereign. My parents thought I was a fool. Perhaps I was.
We all
Spending
are
my
in love.
savings. But I can tell you here in this moment, I don't regret a single copper, silver, or gold for the memories that I purchased with that woman. If Ina is that same equivalent to you, I think I can find common ground with you, Emrys.
Should I tell you how I met Nina?
It might help.
I'll do the short version. So I was in a town. I had just left a thieves guild, and the whole thought of just going to a new town and trying to join a new thieves guild where there's all this distrust, and it left kind of a bad taste in my mouth. So for some reason, I decided to walk up to a guard and ask for work, spying for them. They told me that they were having a bit of a drug problem, not in the town that I was in, but in the 3 surrounding towns. And so I snuck around town and I found these assholes who were peddling drugs through this town and distributing them to the cities. I wasn't the only one who was following them, as I felt a wrap around the back of my head, and I was knocked out cold and came to tied to a chair. Nina sitting across the room from me. And it was just instant. I had never met her. I never met anyone like her before that night. And then she questioned me. She wanted to know if I was with them, to which I told her I am most certainly not with them. I'm working with the guards to stop them. And she told me about her brother Finn, which he shares the name with my now son. Her brother Finn died of an overdose from these drugs just months before. And so I agreed to help her take down this ring of drug thieves and turn them into the guards. Working together, we rounded them up, took them down silently through the night, and turned them into the guards moments later while torching their supply and ending their ring of drug dealing. That's why Nina was there in the warehouse. She's very much against the sale of drugs to unbeknownst peoples.
You were the full contents of what that warehouse held.
I am aware she was not aware, and I'm glad she got out of there.
They have advanced designs of what I carry, which will be problematic. Scarlet Brotherhood has advanced technology that I had not foreseen. I thought that was something that I had the monopoly on, aside from one other person. But it seems he shared that knowledge with the rest of the Scarlet Brotherhood.
These weapons are terrifying. Speaking from experience.
I had a feeling that eventually my superiority in combat would eventually be outdated, which is why I started training Grendel. But I fear Grendel's no longer going to be the only option to combat this. I fear that I need to train everyone to understand the complexities of the direction that warfare is about to take. I'm confident in my...
Oh, go ahead.
I'm confident in my ability to be able to train you guys, each of you, in this field. But what I'm not confident is that we'll be able to keep up with the rest of the world. What I've noticed is once the world gets a hold of information, they tend to accelerate their knowledge faster than individuals. They find workarounds, shortcuts. Whereas I teach proficiency, they teach short workarounds to problems. You'll be proficient in what I teach you. And that is my intended purpose in this moment. They will have quicker knowledge of how to circumvent some of the problems that we will come across when I teach you how to operate some of the machinations that they have at their disposal.
So, I appreciate the offer to learn. However, I will not be using any of these weapons. For the simple fact that I tend to throw lightning around.
This is more directed towards the individuals that don't have the capabilities that you have.
Oh, yes.
But I'm going to need your help. A fractioned unit is doomed at the start. I need the men to see us as a single functional unit. We need to see the same picture, despite whether or not we are working for different people entirely.
I want it to be known. I trust you implicitly. I do. I've seen the work you've been doing to better yourself, and I admire it. You still have work to do, but I think you know that. I don't trust the one that holds you. And I don't think I ever will. Not entirely.
I don't need you to trust Caliban. But I do need you to trust my plan.
Never had a
'Cause I
problem with
don't.
that.
I don't trust Caliban. But there's more to him that, as I've worked with him, there's more to him than most of us have been let on. There's something in this realm that he's protecting. I have yet to discover it, but I have an inkling. I just need time.
Do you think he has someone? Someone like you and I.
I do. But I can't afford more intrusions from you or Millie that will compromise the relationship that I have with him right now.
I was just trying to get some kind of information out of him. It was our first meeting. And yeah, bluffing about letting the world die. That was probably a step too far, but
I'm not going to lie, I was a little upset with that, mate. I was there for that.
but I would never do it. Not really.
I was upset all the same.
I understand.
But my main concern is I can't have you or Millie interfering with the deals that I have in place with Caliban.
Well, we need to talk about Trevor because now I've said that I would do that fucking deal for him because you were down and out.
Trevor is a whole different entity.
I was just trying to get him out of the room and out of my fucking hair. But that man is a snake.
I have my suspicions. I'm very well aware that this man might be a devil that we're dealing with. But all the same, he has presented himself as both an ally and a threat. We have to treat him as such.
We should talk about his meeting with the commissioner, Calico Jack, the next time we see him.
That being said,
I'm very interested to meet this Shuthalar and discover what he might know about Trevor wanting to procure him.
It's a conversation that we should have tonight before we embark on the reconnaissance. Tonight is the night that we embark on information gathering. We don't have time to sit around and wait. The Crimson Tide is only here for a day. So, that being said, the ones that are capable of gathering information without detection, they need to be part of this mission tonight. While the rest of us recuperate from the stresses of this adventure so far.
I would say Xenia is probably best suited. I don't know how tired you are, Xenia.
Never been in question.
I just lost the 11 hit points from before, otherwise I'm perfect. As usual.
Xenia? Do you think your new beautiful friend would allow you to ride upon them to scout ahead? I think it would be an advantage to come up from the water.
See, I don't doubt that they would. My concern is that in this low light, they are actually quite visible. I'm not sure if the glow exactly can be turned on and off, as you would
Could you ask?
I will ask Vora. Does he have an off switch?
As you approach and ask if it is possible to dim or turn off this glow, the response is darkness. As the glow next to the ship dulls over time.
Wow.
In this moment, with the crew aboard the deck, William's going to call for the attention of the crew.
Have we had a long rest?
No, not yet. This is going to lead to the long rest.
Okay.
My judgment in this moment has been affected due to these extenuating circumstances that I've been subjected to.
Well, maybe you should stop setting yourself on fire. That could help.
Well, this,
She's half asleep right now, rubbing her eyes,
So tired.
holding like a little teddy bear in one hand.
Oh
with,
my gosh.
with,
Does anyone?
with Grendel's input, William does scoff and laugh to himself. I would ask of the crew of the Pale Lady to reserve their judgment for the time being till the mission is concluded at hand, to where we can think with clarity of mind, and the actions displayed by the crew thus far. When we return to Port Kurashi, that your judgment be passed then.
Captain, might I add something to that?
Feel free to.
Let none of my actions over the next couple of days bear anything to your judgment. It should only be what I have done so far. Because I could just be helping you the next couple of days in order to gain leniency. I don't want that.
Why did you have to say that, mate?
Some people are honest.
Honesty is the best policy. That's what my mama always told me.
Judgment, with that being said, judgment will be withheld until the conclusion of this mission. Reserve yourselves for this time being. Stay focused on the mission at hand. We can't afford distractions. All those in favor?
Aye.
Poor Xenia.
You okay, Bubba?
Coughing is giving me a headache. You know when it's like violent.
But yeah, no. William calls for all those in favor to include his captains, Xenia, Grendel, Millie, and Emrys.
Aye.
Oi, oi, Captain.
Ooh, don't want to disguise as that. Millie disguised as the butcher will say I.
God damn.
And the final
Hello,
word.
it's so good to see you again. What are you doing here?
And then the final word would be coming from Agner in this moment, depending on his standing.
You hear a resounding eye come across the deck, and the naval officer agrees and adds, me and my men agree. Get the job done.
Good.
Cards fall where they lie after.
I want to pull him aside, this naval officer, after that.
I like that. Oh shit. Meanwhile, the rest of the William's gonna he needs rest 100%. He 100% needs rest, so he's going back to bed after this.
This is hopefully going to be a 2-second conversation.
Grendel shuffles back into her room and closes the door, and you just hear snoring.
I want to personally apologize to you and your 4 men. I tricked you all to get you aboard. I did so to save my friends, and you have to understand, I couldn't let you hurt them. But I did trick you, and although it worked, and we're all currently still alive, I feel responsible for the loss of your 5 men. Especially since I literally was the one who killed them.
Why would you leave with that? Why would you leave with that?
Fence about your intentions with that. However, loyalty to your friends should never be apologized for. Unfortunately, me and my men are bound by laws of our own nation and of our own making.
I understand.
However, those laws don't apply out here. We're not on Nen. We're in the Midland Oceans, where survival is the number one rule. You didn't hear that from me.
Actually did like your Commander Kenji. Seemed like a good fat.
So does William.
He is a good man.
The strength of will he must have to fight that mark every day. It's impressive.
He doesn't ever talk about it.
He did with me a little bit.
And you're either very lucky or you're a dead man walking. Have a nice evening.
You as well. I was just gonna just sleep on the deck, kind of rested up against the edge of the ship.
Because of recent events, William will be sleeping with his eyes open. Utilizing the reborn feature of sleeping or resting while still being conscious. In case anybody decides to intrude in his quarters without his permission. So yeah, William will be 100% conscious at all times at this point on.
Very well. As the night progresses, the late hours of the evening transform into the early hours of the morning. As that happens, yes.
I would like to say that William would like to get the crew going before the sunrise, just to get reconnaissance going beforehand, so that way that they can use the cover of darkness before the sun comes up.
Absolutely. As the 6-hour mark of your long rest rolls around, 1 or 2 in the morning, maybe 2:30 in the 2 o'clock hour. Very, very late, still very dark. William, you hear it slowly progress. The waters begin to get choppier. The winds pick up. And rain begins to patter horizontally onto the windows of your captain's quarters. Out on the deck, the rain is heavy. A sharp change in temperature. You smell it. Sulfur from the towers. Volcanic gas mixed with water and rain. The undulation of hot and cold as the wind blows, creating this low-lying fog on the ocean. It is the hour intended for what is to come. As the crew rises to their positions, to their stations, to what's to come next. Emrys.
Xenia, Grendel, come here.
What is it, Emrys? Good morning.
Good morning. As you all approach me, the rain cuts off as you get within 10 feet of me.
Oh, is there an umbrella?
You look up,
Smash.
and there is a barrier of water as it runs down.
Oh, it's the whoosh. I'm way too sleepy for whoosh magic this morning. Whatever. What is it?
I told you it never rains on me.
Oh, no, I believe you. What is going on? Did you just want to show me your umbrella whoosh trick?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Oh, good morning. And she probably would have already had like eaten like a few like pastries for breakfast, and she would just kind of pull one out of her pouch and hand one to Emerus.
Breakfast was definitely ready. Pancakes, bacon.
She likes to eat with Oscar. She has to like. She likes to take her little time, talk to her little buddy.
Some bananas to help with scurvy.
Carve a little bit of your
Tangerines.
ship off, and
I will say, if you ever see Grendel's bedpost, it is shaved down into a pretty flower shape that she is using the shavings to feed this little fey creature.
So you're wanting to have breakfast with Oswald?
Yes, or yeah, Oswald,
Okay.
not Oscar. Sorry.
No, you're fine. Yeah. He sits right across from you on the table and has his own little plate filled with little wood chips that you've provided for him. As he takes one in one of his hands and ignites it into a charcoal piece, and then crushes it in his hands, his beefy, muscly arms now.
Oh, you like it extra crispy, don't you?
Crispy.
Yes. Can you get the good caramelization on that?
Try it again. That's a good one.
Ogner always taught me when I was teaching people to go Betty buys the practice always makes perfect.
I sort of step towards the captain. Rain stops immediately as I come towards you.
Still in the quarters, yeah.
This weather sort of bodes well for our stealth mission.
Does William have any prior knowledge to this island, or does he need more reconnaissance performed on this island itself? Basically, what I'm trying to do is draw a rough sketch of this island from his perspective, and start planning a plan.
You have the illustration of Isla Dorado in that book that you had read previously, The Lords of the Azure Sea.
And how old is that one?
It's fairly old.
Okay.
It's at least 100-year-old tome.
Okay. So minor deviations, but it's fairly accurate. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's up to you. You could roll a history check to see if you're more familiar with Isla Dorado.
I would rather rely on reconnaissance. So, drawing the map of what I know of these islands offhand, William will draw these maps, and with Emerus showing up, there's a show of expression of gratitude. The person that I need for this this drawing to be complete. I need a reconnaissance mission done over this island. I need to understand whether or not the layout of what I have in my mind is still complete, or whether or not there's some deviations. Can you facilitate a reconnaissance mission in this time?
I was born to do this. Well, let's see the map.
So what he'll have drawn out is a basic formation of a basic observation post. Typically for observation posts of at least, was it 500? I got it saved on my phone because, your boy likes to be well informed. An observation post consists of at least... Nope, not on my phone. Then it's on my iPad. Where are you? Give me this information. Shit! An observation post consists of at least 1,200 feet. So that being said, that's just a roughly established observation post. If this has been here longer than that, then it's going to be bigger in scale. With that in mind, is this observation post, or at least is this post itself bigger in scale than 1,200 feet? That's to include underground fortification.
All right. We can go have a look.
And that's what William will present to you in this moment. It's like, I need to understand whether or not this fortification has underground capabilities. The basic formation, it will be 1,200 feet in total for a force of 200 men. If it's more than that, I need to know that, and then I can plan accordingly.
All right. I would say I only need Xenia for this. Keep Millie here.
Xenia will be at your disposal.
Oh no, I'll be at his. But
Either way.
yes,
Gather what information you can.
I will do so.
I guess Millie, during their conversation, is going to spend 1 minute casting Flock. Before he does this, Xenia, quick question, because I'm a little ignorant to the seafaring type. Are they called seagulls that are native to the water?
Yes.
Yes.
Seagulls and pelicans.
Excellent. Millie's gonna conjure for 1 minute a flock of familiars that are seagulls.
There's also that. It's the seafaring bird. It's like a fantasy version. I think it's winged snakes.
Yeah, Millie's keeping it simple so we don't raise suspicion. So Xenia, this is all I need you to do. By all means, have one with you, and the other two are going to be above. At any point, you need cover. I know you're not going to like this, but kill the one that is riding your shoulder. That'll let me know to give you cover.
Excuse me?
Trust me, I know. Don't worry. They're not living things. They're shadows.
They're spirits.
Oh, okay.
You're not really killing it. You're sending it home, essentially.
Oh,
Xenia's
no, I
like,
understand. It's so lifelike, you know? It's like he's not really keeping his ink.
Isn't technically killing something also sending it home?
you know what? Yes.
That's a very... Huh.
That is what my papa always told me whenever somebody died, is that they went home.
And yeah, so Millie's gonna be conjuring 3 seagulls, and 2 of them will be at least 60 feet above Xenia's position, 90 feet apart from each other in the air, and the other one is just going to be resting on his shoulder.
Also, above table, it would be known Xenia has an amulet of proof against detection and location, so even if they do have someone on the island intentionally scrying to keep watch, he's undetectable.
Another above table moment. Did you give fucking William back his fucking golden coin, Millie? You stole it from his body. You stole all of his shit from his body. So one of which would be definitely his golden coin from Golden Calibrand. Did you give that fucking coin back?
Okay. Pause. Would Millie know that is not gold?
It was a single coin encased in an iron case. That was gifted to Xenia from Xenia. So when you tossed his body, there was a single coin encased in iron.
Is that one of the pieces of 3?
Millie would have to roll for that because to him that would be just money. Because I don't think Millie would actually know that information.
I'm gonna tell you right now, William, when you gave over some of his fucking possessions, he would be grilling you for that right now, in that moment. Like, give me my fucking coin back.
Yeah, if he's grilling for it, he'll search for the coin and then pull it out and is like,
if you sold it, I swear to Thor, I swear to fucking Thor, I will burn everything. I will burn the fucking civilized world.
It's like the most believable thing William could ever say.
He has the coin, and then looks at it and was like, "Oh, I thought this was just some gold. Does it have a sentimental value?"
You will see a very lethal look in William's eyes. Give that shit back to me, or I will burn everything.
I mean, okay, but I don't think you would burn everything with Xenia and Grendel still here.
Yeah, they'll survive.
He'll hand it over and just kind of give him a little squint with the smirk.
There was definitely a very on edge demeanor for William. Like the fact that you were in possession of something so significant for William, like that was very.
The sad thing is now Millie wants to know what that is, so you just see him do a smirk with the. He's gonna find out sooner or later what it is.
William was very upset that you had that coin on you.
Emerson and Millie need to have a sharing of information. I learned a lot from the Raven Queen while she was here.
Very, very much so. William was very compromised in that moment. So yeah, we learned some things about each other today. That being said, reconnaissance. Let's get that under the way.
Xenia, your friend in the water, will he let you ride in them? I don't know the gender of this creature.
I didn't ask. It seemed almost rude. Veratreus, would you allow me to ride you like your friend did? Temporarily, of course. Only with your permission. It's okay if not.
Where is it you want to go?
We are going to go explore the ship that I told you about and get a closer look. Maybe we can see Shu on the way.
We go to see Shu.
We can try. But we have to be very sneaky. Darkness,
Okay.
remember darkness.
Okay.
And I'm just going to well, I'm going to freeze a bit of seawater, and I'm going to put my head underwater, and as I do, I will shape water into a bubble around my nose and mouth. So I say, I don't have long with this, but as long as you come up for air every,
Do you have to attune
minute
to
or so.
look at the manta ray? You do? Okay.
I think, yeah.
All right. As I would say, Grendel would be like, here, you can borrow this. And granted, it'll probably look gigantic on you, but...
It'll take an hour. Well,
William,
magic items actually shrink to your size.
Oh, cool.
William doesn't need to breathe.
We know that. You're dead.
Is this your friend?
Yes. These are all good people. We are all looking to save the ones on that ship.
He can ride too.
Oh.
They say you can ride too.
Oh. Wonderful.
Bring a friend. I need reconnaissance of this island. I need to know the capabilities he's fighting for, the fighting force occupying this island.
Mm-hmm.
What its standing defenses are. Trebuchets, cannons, all of it. What you can learn, bring that back to the Pale Lady. That once that's established, I'll devise a plan that will execute that will facilitate everybody's capabilities. But I need to know I need to know the full extent of this island's defenses. So, Emrys, protect Emrys. Protect Xenia at all costs.
Yes, Captain.
I'm trusting the two of you. Be safe. Come back to me.
As Vortres lowers their head and the water begins to rise up your calves and to your knees, the two tendril-like protrusions that come off the head reach out and begin to surround your nose and mouth, as these are its gills that allow you to breathe as you descend down into it. For a moment, it suctions to your face, and it's a bit alarming, but you notice that over time you can breathe just as normal as this thing completely seals off around your mouth as it dives down and down, and with remarkable speed makes its way through the water.
I'm going to say that the observation post is going to be no more than half of our effective range with the ship, which is for our longest ranged weapon is going to be the mortars, so 1,000 feet. So 500 feet is the established range of our observation post for the Pale Lady, as we provide long-range support for the two infiltrators.
Okay.
Hey, William.
Yes.
What's your passive perception?
Not great.
Cool. You got
Not
a
great
crow
at
on
all.
your shoulder.
Oh shit! I mean, if it's that obvious, then yeah, William's gonna notice it. But if
Oh no,
it's
yeah, you got a crow on your shoulder, and Millie is not there. Millie's going to tune in to both his raven and the three. I forgot what I gave seagulls, and essentially have 4 different views of everything that's going on right now.
Yeah, you'll see William coordinating distances for the island, maintaining a break-in line of sight, but closing the distance all the same. But trusting the judgment of Xenia and Emrys in this moment to close the distance and get a closer inspection.
So, quick clarification. Sorry, in my head, I thought we were scouting at the ship. Xenia will rectify that they're going to scout the island in which they might be taking Shu. And Xenia's plan is on the way, he will remain in his own eyes to take in the island, specifically if it's large enough and looks deep enough underwater as if it could hide further caverns, or if similar to the previous island, there might be like caves or grottos that larger creatures could be potentially residing in, or ships be out of sight in. On their way back later, he's going to walk into Doza's eyes instead and get a bird's eye view of the island. But that's for later.
Emrys is going to focus more on infrastructure, location of the ship, location of any sort of defensive structures. He's looking for the place that they are taking the hostages.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me perception or investigation.
And in the moment that we have to surface, Emrys will lengthen cast invisibility at 3rd level on both myself and Xenia.
Ooh.
So
Nice.
yeah,
You
we
sexy
would have 2
bitch.
hours of invisibility.
You sexy bitch. All right.
The DM, I am rolling for the seagull that is on Xenia's shoulder, making sure that we are not being ambushed while the dark, murky waters of the ocean.
Okay, perfect. So we are doing reconnaissance on the island, not the Crimson Tide, correct?
The island itself.
I want to know the location of the ship, but I mostly want to know where they're taking the people from the ship.
Okay.
And any defensive structures, anything like that.
You move forward, telling Laura that you need to look at this island. As you swim through the water at an incredible pace, up above, the Crimson Tide passes you by.
So we are faster than it currently?
So you are faster than it. You've caught up to
We're
it.
going to arrive before.
And you have passed it. Another 10 miles. The water begins to turn warmer.
Toasty.
They begin to surface, popping their head up, mist covering around, but you still are able to see what you need to see through it.
I believe it's just one. Yes, one sorcery point for extended spell. So we have 2 hours of invisibility.
Okay.
We can move about the island if we wish.
So, what's that perception check for me first?
Perception check. Perception's super good. Let's go. Dirty 20.
Beautiful. The mist is difficult to see through, but it clears for a moment. You see the 2 volcanic spires on this island. A hazardous terrain that flows with molten lavas like rivers. Every once in a while, a sputtering eruption here or there out of smaller surface holes.
Important detail. I know it's raining right now. Emrys allows the rain to fall on them.
Okay.
So it's not as noticeable that the
there's
bubble
not
of
a
no
bubble
rain
there.
is happening.
Perfect. What's that? Through the rain and the rumbling, you hear calls of creatures. And as you look up, there are tens of dozens of these hellfire harpies mounted with magmans that circle these 2 spires. Down on the land level, there are 3 large rock-like protrusions that seem to be just walking and dragging their hands. These large lava elementals or golems patrol the shorelines. With a you said dirty 20, natural 20?
Dirty 20, yeah.
With a dirty 20, you see hang on.
Gemstones.
You see
we struck gold, baby. Let's go.
You see battlement placements etched into the stone of one of the volcanoes, where more lava magma golems sit as sentries. You also see.
Can I make a weapon compliment?
weapon
On the battlements.
like weapon makeup.
Yep.
It doesn't seem to have any weapons in and of itself.
So the
There's
magma
nothing
themselves
mounted
are going to
there.
hurl fire more than likely.
Most likely, yes.
Okay.
You also see these curious 4 pieces of obsidian that are protruding along the shoreline at various locations. Make me an Arcana check, please.
Ooh.
Can I also see these?
Yes, absolutely.
Is this an
That'd be-
elemental type thing?
24.
24 for your Arcana. This is not an elemental type thing.
Okay. That's still a 15 for another dirty 20.
Okay. These are ward stones.
Okay.
The runes that are etched inside them don't allow for teleportation or magical entry into this fortress. So if someone were to try to teleport into it, these ward stones take care of that. There are 4 of them.
These rune stones are on the exterior of the island?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
They're at the shoreline. You see a large lava pool and river that comes down and seems to empty into the ocean, just straight off a cliff. And as you're looking at this, you're dunked underwater very quickly, as right above your head, a ship comes from behind you. And as it passes over you, Vora comes back up. You see the rudder of the ship. This is not the Crimson Tide. It is another vessel flying a Scarlet Brotherhood flag as it makes its way straight in towards that large lava waterfall. As these arcane shields protrude and split this magma, a obsidian gate begins to descend into the water as the ship sails in the fortress. And as it closes back up, these arcane shields once more allow that flow of lava to continue its path. Xenia, go ahead and make your perception check for under the water.
That's low, actually. That's a 5 for an 18.
Okay, 18. 5 for an 18. His face. It doesn't seem that there is anything larger in the water that seems to be protecting this place. This place is very well fortified just from the outside and just from the existence of it being a volcanic fortress in and of itself, built sturdy. The roots of this island run very deep as it continues to grow due to the magma flow of this. However, down below there are different chutes and tunnels that sporadically and periodically expel lava that quickly cools. They are sporadic. There's no real rhyme or timing to them. Maybe if you could stay here for a good day or two and kind of calculate them, there might be a synchronicity to the happenings. But as of right now, it seems fairly sporadic. But these tunnels are not guarded. There are no creatures, no magmans, no animals, no nothing.
Xenia, could you have the creature take us around the island? I want to see if there's any sort of tunnels on the ground that we might be able to take some men through.
Then you will relay this to Boratres. Sorry.
They quickly circumvent the island, moving around. Give me 1 second.
Oh, hurry up.
Quickly circumvent the island, seeing the repeated pattern of these tunnels and these tubes, these tube-like structures created by the overflow and the offshoots of this volcano that act as an off-gassing of sorts that continues all the way around. These two towering volcanoes seem to be well fortified in a 360-degree fashion, just as they were at the initial ship entrance.
To be clear, I'm looking for a possible cave entrance on land into the volcano that might lead to the fortress. It most likely would be guarded. If not, then
you see a few tunnels and caves that, as you look on them, they are most likely burrows for these long iguana-like, but like upsized lava lizards that tend to skitter about the lower levels of the island.
What do you think, Xenia? What would be our best approach?
I wonder how frequently these tunnels are guarded, and also, how do these creatures seem to be faring with like the rain? Are they put off by it at all, or is it just sort of like sizzling and dissipating on their skin?
For the heavier rain, if it were to come and go, they would more than likely kind of hunker down. They don't really care for it, but at the same time, it's not really hurting them, if that makes any sense. They don't like to engage with it, but if they're out in it, it doesn't bother them too much. But like you said, when it hits, it basically sizzles and evaporates.
Miss, would you have relayed your conversation with the scout we captured to the rest of the crew, like a general guest? Because
Yeah, I would have said I probably would have been relaying back and forth. Yeah, translating.
They said they served a Cinder King. What's a Cinder King?
That's gotten me. By the way, as we're close to these volcanic islands, and you definitely feel like Emrys is like a bit on edge. If it weren't raining right now, you get the sense that probably he would be catatonic. He really does not like fire very much.
Xenia in his brain understands that you are outside of your natural habitat, therefore you are uncomfortable.
But he just yes, that's got me curious and a bit concerned. The mention of a Cinder King.
I wonder why they are working together with these people.
Yes.
You know? Like, what's in it for them? I'm also concerned there might be a larger element.
I have an idea, but you're not going to like it.
What is it?
What is the symbol that the Crimson Tide carry as their flag?
What of it?
It is that of a dragon's wing. A red dragon's wing.
The
only thing I can think of that any sort of elemental creature would consider a Cinder King would be a red dragon itself.
And fire drakes are temperamental.
And if that's what we find in there, I don't know that I will be okay for that.
If it comes to that, we will have to manage. But for now, we should condense our efforts into recovering what we came for to begin with.
Yes. The goal is the people more than the Crimson Tide itself.
If it were up to me, I would have preferred to attack the ship while it was away from the island.
Well, that's the thing. It's still away from the island currently, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
No, it's docked.
It is not. It is still about 10 miles out from this island.
Let's
Window is
let's make
closed
haste
off.
towards that ship and see what we can see if there's any way onto the ship from the lower bit, maybe a porthole or anything like that.
I wonder if it was possible to perhaps run it aground.
We don't.
Not aground, but slow it. Stop it.
Actually,
Mess with its rudder.
yes, if we could mess with its rudder to the point I could freeze the water around it. If we could somehow push it to the right. Oh.
Then you wouldn't need to infiltrate the whole fortress. You could just go through the whole ship, and then if they need time to gather reinforcements, they would need time to get to the ship themselves.
Right.
By air or by magic, but better to take our chances, I think.
We would have to do it somewhat close to the island. Otherwise, they would just spin in circles until the ice thawed. But it's possible. Especially with the help of our new friend here.
For no particular reason, Laura, how strong is your bite?
Give me one moment. I have that somewhere.
I'm wondering if it'd be.
Can we
Not
get
even
a range on the average bite force of this mythical creature?
Yeah.
It doesn't even have to be all in one go, but Xenia is considering whether it'd be worth just destroying the rudder, so they wouldn't be able to have control of where it went accurately.
I have not found a bone that I could not break.
Smash.
It is whoever is foul enough that a little bit of a helping hand could also mask the sound of anything down below being broken or crunched or frozen. All of the above, perhaps. Ice makes things fragile, does it not? Makes it more brittle. It does with metal, I'm sure.
It does with
Similar.
metal. Yes, wood it mostly soaks and causes it to degrade over time, but not.
Shall we mess with her?
This is a good idea, but I would want to run it by the captain. We're on a stealth reconnaissance mission, not really a fuck with the ship mission.
There's no blast ahead of time.
I agree, it's a good idea.
But we are stealthily messing with the ship. Do you have a message? Excuse.
The seagull pecks at the side of your head, Xenia.
Okay.
Yeah, the seagull will open its mouth, and then in sequence, William, you get pecked on the side of your head. Repeatedly for about, let's roll D100 real quick to see until he realizes. 91 times William is
Jesus.
That's
so
freaking
many times.
woodpecker the side of his head.
I don't know if William's here, so continue until the captain responds. But essentially, the seagull closes his mouth, and you just see him do a little shrug, and just continues to watch until I guess William comes back to the chair.
William's in the chair, but he's listening to something that keeps coming over the mics.
Yeah. I was trying to open
Fans on TikTok
for y'all.
I'm typing stuff. Sorry.
Okay.
Y'all can continue. Sorry.
That man is playing Galaga. Thought we wouldn't notice.
Pulling up Twitch on my phone, and that was playing feedback. Sorry.
Cool.
Yeah, you're good. So you got the raven pecking at the side of your head, William, and his mouth is agaped. And Xenia, you had a seagull pecking at you, mouth agape.
Hello?
And in correspondence, the raven speaks in Xenia's voice to William.
Ah. Can you talk, Seagull? I didn't know you could communicate.
Yeah, the raven is mimicking Xenia's voice to William the entire time.
What the fuck is this?
It's a tin can telephone.
The seagull in response sounds like William says, "What the fuck is this?" telepathically to Xenia.
Oh, William, can you hear me? Hurry up, William.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
I believe so. Who is?
It's Enya.
How many toes do I have?
How many? What do you have?
How many toes do I have?
I don't know. I don't make a point of looking at your feet.
Oh, that's a good point. Okay. Okay, that's accurate. What the fuck is going on?
Question. I believe Millie is helping us communicate at this time. Sorry, seawater in my lungs. Emrys and I were doing the reconnaissance, and it is our combined judgment. We do not think it would be prudent to stage an attack on the island itself when there is a significant number of reinforcements and potentially a red dragon that we don't know about. However, we were considering that since the Crimson Tide is still a ways away yet from the island, there is opportunity to sabotage the rudder, perhaps slow it down, or move it in a different direction. That would allow us to rescue our targets without much interference, or at least delayed interference, from the hundreds of those little lava creatures that are on that island. And also, there's no clear way to enter, save for a molten lava waterfall, through which the Scarlet Brotherhood ships can enter, but I'm not sure if we have the magical capacity to do so.
Does this revelation turn up any memories for William?
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Ah, you motherfucker! Shit! I have a D. Okay, I'm at exhaustion level 1, so it's not as bad. What is level 1 -2 or disadvantage on? What's the disadvantage on for legacy? Just ability checks, right? Because level 2 is disadvantage on ability checks and half movement. So yeah, just disadvantage on ability checks. Okay.
Yep.
This is hit a wisdom save. Fuck me. This is gonna suck.
I believe in you, William.
You know what? I'm not rolling you, even though I want to, because you're the color of the ocean. We're gonna roll storm. We're gonna roll storm color here. I need a nat fucking 20 in this fucking moment, please. No, you know what? I need 2 nat 20s. I need
To make
2
up for
nat
all the
20s.
nat ones you've had today.
I need 2 nat 20s. I need you to not fuck me in this moment, please. For the love of God.
How'd it
Fuck
go?
you. That's a nat fucking 1. That's a nat 1. I can't roll any lower. I can't roll any lower.
Oh,
That's
shit! Oh, head pats for William.
Statistically, you're doing very well.
Oh man.
The odds are kind of crazy.
This is gonna hurt. This is gonna fucking hurt. I already know it's gonna hurt. How much damage do I take it?
A splitting ringing in your ears as you delve into a part of your mind that has been cut, disconnected for some reason. It is 18 points of psychic damage on that natural one.
All right. I don't know why. Something's not right. You did good. Come back to the ship.
So, yes, can we slow down the other ship or no? Because this is a very good time to do that.
In this moment, he'll call halt, withdraw all sails. We're gonna hold position at this point.
Jenny has such a bad news, and he's telling me that.
As long as we're in a position that is not in direct line of sight of the island. If we're in direct line of sight of the island, then he's going to course correct to try and offset us.
It's heavy raining and fogging.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
like thick fog. So.
Yeah, and you're still quite a ways out. You can see it on the horizon, in the distance.
Okay.
The towers are approaching. You have probably about 15 miles before the Crimson Tide makes it to the shoreline of this fortress.
I look at Xenia and I ask real quick, can the captain hear me right now? Are you talking to the captain?
Can you hear Emrys? Emrys is here, and he's just going to like gently turn the raven towards him.
He will. Yeah, I'll allow Emrys to now telepathically connect with Emrys.
All right.
Oh, that's.
And now the Raven Williams sounds like
hello,
Emrys.
Captain. Is this thing on?
Taps the bird.
All right. This island is very well defended. There are many battlements with Magnan willing to hurl fire. There is a obsidian gate which lava flows around, and if it's not opened by one of them, we're not getting through it. The only way me and Xenia can see to possibly get in undetected is underwater in thermal vents.
Possible underwater access.
It's going to be hot, Captain. And I don't mean the good kind.
Ow!
It is going to be hard, it's going to be risky, and they can detect us with all the reinforcements already on shore. I do not recommend it.
You guys are doing good work so far. Continue observation of the guard rotation.
We have a small window, Captain, to run their ship aground. To make it so that they do not get to that lava fall.
I'm counting on that. Continue observation of the island itself. Observe the guard rotation. I'm going to plan
Captain,
a seafaring campaign.
I should mention there was a guard who came out for a moment. It was human. He came out onto one of the battlements with a long rifle. Looked like some sort of spyglass on top.
Shit. Maintain observation as long as you can, but it looks like we're going to attack the ship before it makes port.
Yes, Captain.
Fuck. All right. Yep. Yeah.
Xenia is going to look at Emirates and just say, "So we're not going to destroy the rudder, but I do really want to slow it down." And they can blame it on a trick of the wind or the weather working against them.
Maybe we use the bite force of our friend to just allow a little water to come into their bottom deck. Not a lot, because we want them to be able to bucket it out. However, it will slow them down, and they will possibly seek to make repairs.
At that time, I cut the mental walkie-talkie of the birds. I forgot to mention that. Sorry.
William's going to turn to his charts. How far off is this island comparatively to the island that he's now turning the ship to take cover behind?
Distance-wise, from Isla Dorado, like a small outcropping of rock. Yeah, we're 10 miles out and closing.
10 miles out. Okay. We gotta figure out how far 10 miles out is in comparison to 500 fucking feet. Cause your boy is plotting.
We are acting. We're gonna go do that.
1,000 feet to miles. Okay. 1,000 feet ain't even fucking 1 mile, dude. Okay.
No.
Oh, fuck, did we just discover some fucking... Okay, all right, we're good.
So,
it's fine.
Xenia and Emrys, your plan is to attempt to slow this vessel, correct? All right. Tell me how you do that.
Let's have our friend bite into the side of the ship 4 times. How large is his mouth? We don't want to create a hole that's more than, I would say, that large.
Could fit a whole siren in its mouth.
It's quite big. Maybe.
Maybe just 1 time. Maybe 2. We'll see.
Question: am I able to see from the seagulls above that it's still storming?
Mm-hmm.
How much acoustics or sound is being like how loud is the storm? Is it able to allow for it to muffle if the ship were to be bitten?
Yeah. So waves are like hitting the side. There's enough going on. There is thunder. And lightning happening. So timed correctly, I mean, there should be no problem whatsoever.
Xenia was also going to cast liturgy to mask the sound even further.
My math is backwards. We're gonna have to close distance for the mortars.
So
10 miles. Yeah.
You are 3 miles from the Crimson Tide.
1,000 feet doesn't even cover 1 mile. We have to close distance.
It doesn't. Yeah.
So, Millie was just going to. What's up? You go ahead.
That's a ship maneuver. So if you wanted to roll a ship maneuver while Emrys and Xenia attempt to do this with Vora.
I'm shopping an idea here, yeah. But closing distance is not going to be in the cards right now.
Okay. So we're doing 2 attacks then?
I think that would be best.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's not going to work.
Go ahead and do that.
Because it's going to take time for them to notice that there's water coming in.
What's up?
Someone else.
Somebody else roll. I'm not going to roll.
I'll roll one if you want to roll one, Xenia.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Oh my god, natural 20.
Nice.
So You'll be doing 12 plus 2d6 plus 4.
That was only a 10 to hit.
I rolled 2 5s.
Okay, so
So
22, 26. So 26 points of damage, which meets the damage threshold for the hull.
Ow.
Oh my god.
3. 7 points of damage.
And as the second one comes around, it doesn't seem to do as much damage as the first, but with that natural 20, that natural 20 is probably enough to do what you had wanted damage-wise. Is there anything else you would like to do to the rudder or to the ship itself? And it times it correctly as the swells of the ocean come up and around. Voratreus comes around and kind of swells with it and takes a bite out of the bottom.
So, whichever side of the ship we bit out of, probably the starboard side,
Mm-hmm.
I want to push the rudder the opposite direction so that the ship turns and water filters
Just
into the hole.
Start shooting in.
And then I'm going to freeze the rudder in place.
Okay. What portion, aft, middle, or bow? So front, middle, or back of the ship are you biting?
Middle?
Middle. Okay. Very good.
Does the crew above look panic on that ship?
They do not. They seem to be holding down what they need to as that swell kind of comes up and over the side, kind of tipping the ship up to one side. And as they come back down, that's when the bite is taken out. They aren't really aware of what has happened at the moment. Okay, so Emerus, you're wanting to use the...
I will wait for a particularly large wave to rock the ship and do it at that moment, and then I will turn and shape water and freeze the rudder in place so they think the rudder was damaged by the wave.
Gotcha. Are you wanting to use Voratreus to move the rudder manually, or how are you wanting to move that?
What do you think? It's a pretty strong sea creature.
You also got a tail whip who could achieve that.
You have cover at your disposal. I would use it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
do that.
It can do Tide Surge as an action. Tide Color Manta it can release a powerful wave 30-foot line. Creature makes a strength saving throw or be knocked prone or push 20 feet back.
Essentially tidal wave.
Yeah.
Nice.
Let's see. Strength of 19.
All right. Yeah, we'll have him push it manually. If that fails, we'll wait again for another wave, and we'll have him push it with water.
Go ahead and roll me a strength check.
I'll let Xenia do it because she's guiding this creature.
I should have done it. That was a 2 plus whatever he's got.
Skills. So you rolled a 2?
That was only a 2.
Oh no. 2 plus 4 plus their skill, which is 4, so 2 plus is a 10. Let's see. Let's roll strength saving throw for the ship itself. And that, oh my goodness. Okay. Well, as a giant wave comes across, Voratreus comes up and with its tail at the last minute hits the rudder. As it turns quickly to the side, you have but a moment to shape water as it freezes. The whole ship begins to turn as the wave pushes it. The rudder is turned and frozen in place, and the hull begins to take on water inside the vessel. There are 2 or 3 of the Crimson Tide sailors that were sleeping that begin to be awakened by this basically just hose of seawater coming in. As they begin to scream and shout, the deck of the Crimson Tide begins to come alive as positions are switched around. Some men begin to descend below deck, and that's where we're going to end our session tonight. We'll pick up in 2 weeks for the onslaught of the Crimson Tide and hopefully the rescue of our beloved people. So thank you to everyone for hanging out, sticking around, and we'll see you next time on Tales of Vardin and To Be Diced.
Make good choices.
2 weeks.